your home for Kings talk and so much more.
Live and local.
Allen Stiles on Sactown Sports.
Yes. Hello. Welcome into the Allen Stiles Show. Once again, no Allen Stiles. We're only going to be saying that for one more day after today, as Allen will return on Monday for Sacramento Kings Media Day. Tons of stuff going on there. I heard yesterday a little bit of our plans for Media Day starting to get crystallized a little bit. And per usual, we are going to have it all for you on Monday for Kings Media Day. The scrums, the exclusive interviews with literally everybody who's going to be in that building. So come Monday, you're not going to want to change that dial. Chris Watkins filling in for Allen Stiles. Of course, Kayla Anderson has joined me all this week. Today is her last day, unfortunately. So we're going to have a fun one.
Stint.
Yes, quick, but a very memorable one. I've gotten tons of people telling me how fun this week has been, family members telling me how fun this week has been, tons of people on the YouTube. We've gotten a great response, so it's been great to have you, Kayla. It's not over yet, though. Dave's trying to, already get the best of, and I'm like,
we got 4 hours of this.
4 full hours.
I mean, that anything could happen. And an article you sent us last night in the group chat, really now, anything can happen.
Just trying to keep you guys on your toes. Okay?
Exactly.
You never know. Everyone thinks, we'll get into it. We'll get into it at some point. Kyle Ledbetter on the other side of the glass. I saw Kyle actually last night, me and Brendan Nunez. Happy birthday, Brendan Nunez, by the way, our Sacramento Kings insider. You can go read. Actually, you probably can't read any of his stuff over on Sactown Sports right now because he is working incredibly hard to fill in for me, who is filling in for Allen, who is on paternity leave, as well as Frankie Cardicelli, also on paternity leave. So Brendan is probably, I know he's already up. I already texted him this morning. He is up and working already on his birthday. So shout out Brendan Nunez, who I believe is going to, I don't want to spoil it, but I believe Brendan's going to be joining me tomorrow for just a huge blown out Kings preview that we're going to do. We'll, of course, talk some NBA as well. Media Day is going on. But, the plan for tomorrow is going to be for Brendan and I to get you all ready for the Kings season in every form and fashion. You can hit us up. But we will get more details on that later on in the day. I saw Kyle yesterday over at the A's game. I kind of hyped myself up into going to the A's game yesterday during the show. It was just a great atmosphere, first off. It wasn't a full crowd or anything like that, but the people who did show up, I want to say it was at least 8,000 there yesterday. Good crowd, loud crowd. I couldn't stay for too long because it started raining. So
that's right.
I did get out of there. I don't know what's going on, Kayla. This is like the first day that it's rained. It's kind of feeling like officially the end of summer this week here in Sacramento.
I'm sure people are excited, though, here because I know it gets hot in the summertime. And so a little rain is welcomed once in a while.
Big time.
But it is weird, though, because I did not realize that was in the forecast yesterday. And when I woke up, it was overcast most of the day. Did not feel the rain coming down until I left the studio. And then a little bit later in the day, the rain came down. So
it's like you said, it's welcome to see. It was unexpected though. I mean, like you said, yesterday in the forecast, nothing about it. It was muggy all day yesterday.
Yep.
I was kind of asking for it. Even this morning, little sketchy, looking a little sketchy in the skies. So we'll see if I know tomorrow is still supposed to be a 90-degree day per Sacramento. Just always very, very up and down at this point.
Keeping you on your toes.
Exactly. Keeping you on your toes, just like those squirrels, man. Look out for those squirrels, I'm telling you.
They're mean.
We'll tell you about that a little bit later, but it was a great game yesterday. A's absolutely destroyed the Astros. We talked with Eric Martins earlier in the week. He kind of talked about how they want to play spoiler.
Look at that message.
Absolutely. I think I saw Tyler Soderstrom yesterday after the game say that they actively are wanting to end the Astros season. So really, really cool stuff. You could see the A's playing up and really kind of, again, like we talked about with Coach Eric Martins, I believe that was on Tuesday. This is an opportunity for them to, even though they aren't really in the playoff race of it all, to still kind of play up and play for some meaning at the end of the season. They end this weekend against the Royals. that's obviously not going to be a series that's for anything substantial. And so this is an opportunity for this young A's team to kind of get some experience, get some big games and big moments under their belt and kind of, take the momentum into next season.
You got to do it. And when momentum, and I asked him too, is that a real thing? Because we always talk about it as radio hosts and TV personalities like, okay, well, they got this momentum.
Right.
And sometimes I feel like maybe we overhype it. Sure. But if anything, I think baseball can really utilize momentum swings one way or the other.
No
You're
pun
hoping
intended.
exactly. You're hoping it's a positive one. And for them being so young, like you mentioned, to end the season with just a chunk of wins at home. And again, you're showing this at home. I know it's a temporary home, but you are at home and saying, hey, we've got this talent. We're coming back next year. We're going to add probably a little bit. But if he said that message to us, which he did on Tuesday, and then they go out and actually execute it, then I'm really starting to believe.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they are too.
Yeah.
Like, I think one of the benefits of being a young team is you don't know any better, right? And like something that every veteran will tell you is never get too high, never get too low. Well, with a young team, they're riding the emotional roller coaster. And you probably saw the negative of that earlier in the season when they just lose and can't get out of their way. And Kyle has pointed to us as he talked with Eric Martins earlier in the season, like they have been very consistent with just saying, we just needed to not completely bottom out like we did.
Right.
If we just would have gone 500 in that stretch, we're probably a playoff team right now. And so that's the bad side of the emotional roller coaster for a young team. This is exactly what you want for a young team, ending the season hot. Again, a little bit of ignorance of not even knowing to not ride the high wave ending the season and just carrying that momentum through there's that word again, momentum. Through the offseason and really trying to come out next year and make a statement because, as much as we've talked about Sacramento and how much they do or don't like the A's or fans wanting to come out or just not finding a reason to come out, I think that a hot start would do a lot of favors. Like the A's could not have started, especially specifically at home this season, could not have started worse. I feel like if you just kind of start with putting your best foot forward or even a good foot forward, I feel like you can ride that momentum a little bit better next season than what they did this year.
That's a good point, too, because the baseball season, as we all know, is very long.
Yeah.
But, when it's in a temporary place like it is in Sacramento, for people to really catch on and to maybe fall in love with some of the players or, whatever it might be, but winning is always the thing that helps the most. And I know that the season's long, you can go through slumps. Yeah. But according to them, with a young team, and they're going to build upon that, maybe they can sustain that success throughout the season. But it's so important, like you said, you're not going to bring in people when you start the season off poorly. Yeah. It's just, and then it's hard to prove like we're a real team. Even when you go on a run, it's like everybody's already kind of like, oh, we already have the rest of our plans. Yeah. For the summer, like we're not doing that. I feel like that's important to kind of start with a statement and then steadily, improve or have your little slumps but come back.
No, 100%. Like people get their minds made up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, like you can have a great stretch even if the A's had a great stretch in the middle of this. I mean, they Kyle again has pointed to us that they have like the third best record in baseball post All-Star break. Like they have played well, and I just don't think if you were to ask the generic, maybe not specifically baseball or A's fan, but like a generic Sacramento sports fan, how did the A's do this season? I think a lot of people would probably say not well. Like they were not really any reason to tune in.
Under 500,
I don't blame them because, again, you've worked in TV news as well. Mm-hmm. They do a better or more of a job of setting the scene or, again, it's like starting the season and really telling you a reason to go out there. It just felt like the A's we can go into the marketing aspect of it all.
There's a big article out right now, too.
Absolutely, yeah, and we could talk about that as well. Like, it just really feels like they never put themselves in a situation to succeed. And frankly, again, from a media side of things, it was really hard to try and not even convince people because we're not trying to change anyone's minds. We're just telling you what's out there and giving our thoughts on it. But to me, it was just hard to even get to the side of how, as a Sacramentan, as somebody who's been here my entire life, why should we care about this? What is the draw, even just as a public event to go to? I don't know. It just felt really hard to try and get the emotional side of that.
Because you look at it as, hey, we are baseball fans, and maybe some of you are A's fans, and I completely get that. That's super exciting having them here.
Yeah.
But
some of them are upset about it.
And some exactly. And here's the other thing: it's like, okay, so if you're not an A's fan and you're not a Giants fan, and you're just maybe from here, and you don't have a team yet that's from here that's a professional baseball team. You're thinking, well, what then is my point of going to these games unless you're really diehard baseball, like you live, breathe baseball, or you're a fan of another team that comes here.
Right.
It is kind of a weird situation, so you have to find other ways to draw people in. And from what I've heard from you guys and just reading articles and other people I've talked to, it just didn't happen from the get-go, like incorporating Sac at least for the next couple of years.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's something as simple as not putting Sacramento on the jerseys, right? I mean, it's missteps like that, I guess, that are just making it hard. I mean, yeah, Kyle's got a Sac shirt on that has the A's and the A in the middle of it.
Which I
that's
really
not
like.
that's not a team sanctioned shirt.
Yes, I bought this from someone who was selling it outside the stadium.
Great.
It's actually cool.
I have a
would buy
shirt that's
one.
very similar style. It's just a pocket. It says Sac. It's not a A's licensed shirt because they didn't. And I went into the team store yesterday. There's not a single. They have the hats with the patches on it.
Yeah.
This is
By
great.
the way,
I love
this hat you
by the
have
way.
on right now.
This is my favorite.
If you
This
want to
is
describe
great.
it,
this is
is
absolutely
money.
great. It's the baby stomper.
So cool.
Yeah, the what was it? New Era had a nice little collection. There's like
So cool.
all the MLB teams have like little baby mascots.
Yeah.
There's a great Lucille one for all you Giants fans out there.
There's a couple I don't want the baby mascots
There's
for.
some
What
that
are
are
those?
a little strange. I wasn't a huge
The ones
fan.
that are not animals.
Okay,
I feel like.
because now I'm trying to picture like what are the Mariners?
I
That's my team. If anyone's
think
wondering.
they had like a sea monster or something
Okay,
like that.
okay.
Like I don't
but
want the Padres baby mascot. Not the
Yeah, I
ones
think
that
it
are
was like
humans. I don't need baby humans.
a little
Oh,
priest.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's just an
right.
interesting situation.
What
that
do you
they've-
do for
that they're
Mr.
doing
Met?
over there.
Anyways, keep
yeah,
going.
I can tell you, it's just a little baby Met. He just has a
But that
small
one might
head.
be up with the best.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I just think that it's just been a complicated situation with the people of Sacramento and the Athletics because they've. I mean, even just that, even having to call them the Athletics, not being able to call them the Sacramento A's, not being able to call them whatever, just anything, the whole situation, the branding of it all, I do think really does play a major factor of it all. And so it's just, I don't know, just going to the game yesterday, I hadn't been to a game in months, to be honest. And
Since
so,
the opening day debacle.
no, actually, there was I did go to the opening series against the Cubs. I went to a couple games after that. The last game I went to was the Yankee series. So that's how long it's been.
And that one was pretty full,
It was,
wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I think I read in that article that we're referencing on ESPN.com that essentially outlines how the A's experience has been from many different angles, from people who work for the team to the people who work at Sutter Health Park. Tons of different perspectives.
Season
in that
ticket
article.
holders.
Season ticket holders, multiple season ticket holders. What was the group of dads?
Oh,
the
yeah.
Arden dads.
The Arden
Arden
dads or
dads.
something like that. Yeah. The
yeah. They followed kind of the Arden dads throughout the season.
Right.
And
Oh,
were
did they
basically
really? Okay.
like, at different points, what has the experience been? And literally, they were like, day 7, they knew this thing was going to go bad.
Yeah, I did get to that part of the article where essentially they're like, yeah, we knew it was bad almost immediately when they were giving out ticket, immediately to the emails of discounted tickets and all these things. So
At some point, they even said, like, I'm embarrassed to say I'm an A's season ticket holder. Like, they said that in the story, which was remarkable.
I mean, I think it's tough. Like, as a season ticket holder, I think it's more you feel embarrassed from, like, an investment standpoint where you just say, like, I just didn't need to do this. Like, I did this because I thought there was going to be a certain supply demand and I would be able to sell these tickets as an investment. And then you're probably going to a lot less games than you even thought you were going to go to. And then B, obviously, you can't
No
sell
one wants
those.
to get 'em, yeah.
You can maybe
there are
break
tickets
even, but
on the secondary market that are better than yours for less
what
and
they
that
said,
was in the
right?
article.
Yeah,
exactly.
it was a very, very great article. Yeah, on ESPN.com. Again,
You might
that,
need 3 days to
outlines.
read it, but it is a good
It was
article.
very long,
Yeah.
very extensive.
But if you
is
make it
great.
to the end, you get what I
Yes,
think is the
you do.
funniest payoff, which is, I'm just going to say, Stomper got in trouble. And it's so funny to think of Stomper getting in trouble for taking pictures with people who had sell shirts.
Right.
That, I did not get to that part of the article, but that is also an interesting part of this as well. Is like the people that have just flooded. It feels like it's been less than at the start of the season, but like the people that have just flooded the stadium with sell shirts, and I know at the beginning of the season they were like actively trying to keep them off of the NBC broadcasts and things like that. But I think it just got to a point where
they still do that.
Too much.
Like they still
like quick cutaway.
They'll do quick cutaway, and then you'll see security standing back there after one person has done it. They just plant a security guard back behind the camera to dissuade more people from doing it.
Wow. So I mean it's just a very it's an interesting situation. The A's will be here for 2 more years. We'll see how it all goes. But my greater point was just they have just not done a great job from all aspects of making it feel like in any part that they are Sacramento's team, like there's any reason to embrace them. Even again, something as simple as just selling merch, like I think is a way of integrating yourself into the culture. Like I think of how much, especially like retro tees
That's
nowadays.
That's what everybody loves, right?
Everybody loves the gear.
Even if you're not a fan, I would probably, because I'm here right now, I would go buy one. If it was like a retro 100%. Type of cool shirt or a hat, I'd go buy one.
Yeah, it's all. I mean, it's. There's just no reason for them to do it except for I guess not spite, but it just doesn't. They're losing money, right? Like you're losing money by not making this merchandise, by not making this gear, by not doing the service of it benefits everybody. You make money. People of Sacramento get gear of a
then
major league franchise.
Wearing it around.
Your
friends like, oh, where'd you get that?
It becomes
you were
integrate. Like it just it softens the like it just makes it more customary that the A's are here.
Which I had just assumed it was like a brand thing, but they even mentioned in the story because the PR person kind of commented, and it was like they didn't want to upset people in Las Vegas by branding it Sacramento.
I don't give a crap. They'll get their team in 2 years. Who the heck cares? They've gotten a pro team every other year. I don't feel bad.
For a city that doesn't really even care whether they're there or not.
Yeah.
Vegas, we laughed. They did the whole groundbreaking. They called him Brett Rooker on the TV broadcast. They just don't care.
I just don't even understand the logic of what are they thinking that some stray fan in Vegas is going to be, I thought they were our team, and they're over here parading with another name.
Yeah.
How dare? What is? I don't understand what the logic is in the. We are going to upset said Vegas fan. And they're not
going to care till they get there anyway. Oh, and by the way, they're still not going to care unless they're winning when they get there, because they got lucky when they had the Golden Knights, instant success. Yeah. So
and it was their own thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So let's just wait on
that.
No,
absolutely. That's a whole nother can of worms that it hasn't been discussed really since the initial, spark of will they truly go to Vegas? But I mean, you lived in Nashville for a long time, which a lot of people are saying is like the new Vegas,
the it city.
You were telling me how, I mean, even the other sports in Nashville that really aren't the type, they aren't necessarily.
We don't talk about them.
Yeah, they're not really a big part of the conversation, and I feel like Vegas absolutely is the type of market. Even just as I'm going to Vegas, I've always said the last thing I want to do when I go to Las Vegas is park myself in a baseball stadium where I can't. There's so much stimulation everywhere in Vegas. You can go to a sports book, watch the game if you really want to, and you can have some fun there as well. Right. I don't understand unless you're going for a bachelor party or something like that, and that's specifically an event that you're going to do. I just don't understand what the appeal of I'm going to Las Vegas. I'm going to go to a baseball game. Again, it's not even like football.
It's
I went
longer
to
game,
Vikings
too.
A Vikings Raiders game. That makes sense to me. Maybe it's just because I understand
long.
it. But.
You got to sit there. It's
if
different.
you do a bachelor party for Twins A's, you have bad friends.
That's the other thing too. Is
maybe they put a club there.
They're already not going to have a problem. They should. I mean, honestly, they
club
probably
right under,
will.
Behind home plate.
You joke, but there
There's
are
100% going to be.
You joke, but there are actual whispers. They're considering getting
That's
a
insane.
gambling license and opening a casino.
I think they have to. There's no way you're going to get people to stay there. And even that's going to obviously be a problem because if you put the casino in there, no one's going to be in their seats. And
That's true.
Like,
what do you do it at the seats? You have like your own like
a Steve Ball, like you're at the Intuit Dome and they got the video games.
What kind of dystopian future is this where you can gamble in your seat?
But I'm telling you, you got the beer fill-ups.
My
so
answer
why
is
can't you have
that's
that?
what the Vegas Stadium should be, though. If there is some sort of dystopian baseball future, it should probably be built in Las Vegas. And that's also my problem with this stadium is it doesn't feel like, and frankly, it's kind of funny that they would even have, like, I feel like considering putting a casino in there is an acknowledgement of defeat. Like, that is we know that no one's going to come here and stay here for any reason. We have to put this in here to at least give them a reason. And again, it's still taking them out of the seat, which is fundamentally the problem,
Draws
but
away
at
from
least
the whole
they're
situation,
in the building, I guess, is the counter, but I don't know. I mean, the Vegas market itself just doesn't make sense.
It's just weird. I'm a little bitter of that too. The Vegas market, if you can tell in my tone.
It's it's strange. And then I mean, there's the whole what is the local market for it?
They've done a good job with hockey, and so I'm not going to take anything away from that. But I'm telling you, baseball is different. It's just a different.
100%.
It's just different. It's
and
different
there's way more games
pace,
too, right?
Yeah, way more games.
You're also getting the worst baseball team.
Well,
that's a fair.
Yes.
I mean, traditionally, yes, I guess.
Important point.
Yeah. They always do this thing of, and it does feel like we are on the upswing of the A's continual pendulum of rebuilding. But so I guess ironically, they might actually be very successful immediately once they get to Vegas, which is probably like smart for them because, again, like we talked about here in Sacramento, it's what they didn't do. They didn't really have success immediately out the gate, and it kind of continued throughout the season regardless of the success they ended up having. We're talking about in Sacramento here. Vegas, there's no way. The second you're irrelevant, there is no reason for them to go there. You can go residencies. You can do so many other things besides, again, go sit for 3 hours in a baseball stadium.
Well, funny enough, speaking of Nashville, that's the big thing with the Titans is that their first year in their new stadium, they went to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And season tickets just exploded.
Exactly.
And that's part of why the Titans have been so successful was that immediate success. And everyone's been trying to capture it ever since.
Yep. And now they're just having no success. So there you go.
Now they're preying on Cam Ward to dig them
Get
out.
Cam
of
out of
whatever.
there.
Yeah, can he run for his life and save the Tennessee Titans is all that's going on in Tennessee these days. But so nonetheless, wasn't expecting to go full A segment there, but nonetheless, here we are. We of course have some Thursday night football to get to at some point today. We got Seahawks and Cardinals, two birds going at it. This one is of course very, very relevant for Niner fans as this is an NFC. Thank you. As an NFC West battle between two of the teams that are generally very pesky, and especially for the Niners. Who knows how good the Rams are going to be in the long term of this season if they can stay healthy. But these are two teams in the Cardinals and the Seahawks that just feel like they can play that spoiler. They can potentially there's 2 wild cards that you get in football, and so we've had it before where there's three now wild cards in football in the NFL. They do keep adding. It's insane. And so, we've seen before 3 teams make it from a division. This in the NFC North would be my 2 picks if there is going to be a division that has 3 teams make it. I feel like both of these 2 teams wouldn't surprise me if at the end of the year they're in that battle for a final wild card.
Arizona and Seattle.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think, it always depends on health, right? But I think we're looking at Arizona particularly in this situation too, because they're going to be down some critical parts coming up tonight in Thursday night football. I know that we talked about I'm blanking now, running back. James Conner is out, which is a big piece to their offense because we all know who Kyler Murray is, but that kind of took away a little bit of the attention from Kyler Murray. Now it's like we know what Kyler Murray can do. Now you don't have a running back at least that's had the body of work, that's shown the body of work that James Conner has done. They're also going to be probably without wide receiver Zay Jones and cornerback Will Johnson. They were both doubtful yesterday, which is not good when you look at Seattle's defense, Chris, and what they've been doing. And Mike McDonald has obviously done a great job up there in Seattle with that. But they're giving Devin Witherspoon back and Julian Love. Witherspoon's a dog, by the way. So a short week for the Cardinals. I think it's going to be tough. And then the overall picture, though, I still think they can battle, like you said. It's just, can they stay healthy as a team?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, too. They have 2 offensive linemen who are on the injury report. Paris Johnson is questionable. Evan Brown, their starting left guard, is questionable as well. I see Kelvin Beachum, their backup left tackle, is also questionable. So they have Jonah Williams, who is of Folsom fame, of course.
Yeah.
He's holding it down on the right side. But, yeah, absolutely. And then Kyle had mentioned before as well, their DBs. You mentioned Will Johnson. He's doubtful today, but they've had some bad luck with injuries in the secondary. I was trying to look at who is now their starting back. So it's going to be Trey Benson.
He's not bad.
He's not bad, but like you said, I mean, he just hasn't really had the body of work to say, how confident you feel in him. DeMarcado came in a little bit in that Niner game. Didn't look great at all.
They are the types of running backs that have made Cardinals fans try and trade for Breece Hall.
There you go. Yeah.
The little bow on the package, right?
There you go. So, it's going to be interesting for the Cardinals again as they started the season 2-0. Lost last week to the Niners, could potentially slide here as they have found some injuries. But
you want them to win, though.
I
the
do.
Niners, right?
Yeah, I would think if you're the Niners, you probably want the Cardinals to win. The Seahawks have definitely been a bigger thorn in the side of the Niners traditionally, and it feels like just kind of knowing the Niners, it's that the rivalry with the Seahawks in general just bleeds a whole lot more than the Cardinals one. So
it's in Arizona too. So
in Arizona as well. Yes, very good point.
Don't have to deal with the 12th man up there.
No weather as well. Yeah, obviously Cardinals playing in a dome, and like we talked about yesterday, to end the show, the Cardinals will try and blind the Seahawks with their disgusting paint splatter jerseys.
Oh, it's that game. Can't wait to see this.
Which will debut tonight. So not looking forward to seeing that one because those things are absolutely hideous. Coming up next, we're going to talk about Ricky Pearsall as he gives an update as to why he was not practicing yesterday with the 49ers, and he says the cliche. We'll tell you what he said coming up next right here. Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So my sandwich shop was opening in a week, and I needed signage.
A week is plenty of time to panic.
I went to Staples. They printed banners, posters, and flyers to promote my grand opening.
All in time for your grand closing.
Nope, I had it same day. I even got $125 off my order.
Holy onions! For all your business printing, Staples.
That was easy.
Now save up to $125 on custom print orders. In-store and online, same day if ordered by 12 p.m. Into 11/1. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Get ready for 2 epic showdowns of Monster Truck Madness at the Stockton Dirt Track, Saturday, October 4th. Feel the roar, the power, and the ground-pounding action. 2 shows, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Do you have what it takes to survive the madness? Get your tickets now at StocktonDirtTrack.com.
Go on a culinary adventure at one of Europe's biggest food events coming to the Americas, Terra Madre. Discover more flavors to savor, more ideas to chew on, more voices shaping the future of food. Join chefs Alice Waters, Sean Sherman, and Jeremiah Tower for tastings, pop-ups, food demos, and panels, all celebrating good, clean, and fair food for all. Terra Madre Americas, September 26th through 28th in Sacramento. Savor the journey. Visit TerraMadreUSA.com for more details. Terra Madre Americas is supported by Sacramento International Airport and brought to you by Slow Food and Visit Sacramento.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Live and local.
It's Allen Stiles
On Sactown Sports.
Allen Stiles Show, Chris Watkins, Kayla Anderson, Kyle Ledbetter. Come on, other side of the glass. I was showing Kyle and Kayla all the other little new era mini mascot hats. I'm wearing my A's mini mascot hat. It's got the little stomper playing with a baseball. They're adorable.
I'm going
I do
to get
say
one
so myself.
after the show. I'm going to order it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it does always trigger the question of what are some people doing with mascots? And you just informed me as we're looking at the mini mascot for the Rays. Why, I guess it'd be tough. I mean, they used to be the Devil Rays, obviously, and they took the devil out of it because, can't have that. And, you know, like the Ray is a thing. So like a man, like they could have done a stingray of some form. Yeah. And instead, what you're showing me looks like some Dr. Seuss character.
Yeah, that's pretty much
like
what
the
it looks
Lorax.
like. You're exactly.
It's a blue Lorax.
There it is. Kind of like the Fanatic, kind of weird. I don't know.
I guess, the Philly Fanatic. I guess, and
but
then
it is
there's
weird.
Gritty, right? Gritty has kind of become the new.
The Green Monster,
The Green Monster, of course. Thing, Stuff, the Magic Dragon.
Blooper.
For Magic.
Yep.
Blooper?
That's the Braves guy. That's just a knockoff Philly Fanatic.
He's got the belly, and he, swings it around, too.
Oh, really? He does the Colts, the Indy Colts mascot thing.
It's just if you Google it, it's literally just the Philly Fanatic, but copyright, like copyright free Philly Fanatic.
The Brewers mascot. Let's see.
Braves.
Oh, Braves. Well, that makes sense.
I feel like everybody's just hopping onto the trend of we got to get one of these
let's
things.
do a thing. Yeah, with this thing with its ears.
Yep.
What is that? How is that okay.
It's just they're just trying to have a fun mascot that sells toys.
That place is a great place to go watch baseball.
I've heard, yeah.
Holy
what is
smokes,
it, Truist
you guys!
Park?
Truist Park. That is, if you're gonna go travel to a game and travel to a far game. I like crossing off baseball stadiums, but I obviously lived over there. It was like a 4-hour drive. Great place to watch it.
Is it the best ballpark you've been to?
I mean, modern
maybe
day.
favorite. I'll say favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I've obviously got the oldies that I've been to.
Yeah.
You go to the Cubs. Wrigley Field is kind of historic. But that's new age if you want all the latest and greatest and feel like you can watch it in comfort and have whatever you need.
Sure.
That Truist Park is the place to be.
It's a great endorsement.
It's a great spot.
Yeah. All right, well, I'll add it to my list.
I've now gone down the rabbit hole of Tampa Bay Rays mascots, and apparently they have multiple mascots, one of which is called DJ Kitty, which is a cat with a backwards hat and a fake chain. It looks.
Is there any way we can get?
Looks kind of like that.
That is exactly what you described.
Yes.
DJ Kitty.
And then they have Stinger, which looks.
That makes sense. It's
you might have to Google this one. The photo's a little small, but it looks like something I'm not allowed to say on the air.
Okay.
Is it what is it? Stinger the Just
Stinger the Ray.
That's
mascot.
like the official one. Yeah, as I'm seeing here, just in terms of what Google pops up, the Rays have a mascot named Raymond, a furry blue creature who has been entertaining fans since 1998. The Rays also have two other mascots, DJ Kitty, a cat that wears Rays gear and headphones.
Look
and
at Stinger.
adding fun to the atmosphere. Adding fun to the atmosphere. That thing
Maybe
is
that's why it's not
actual
their primary
nightmare
one.
fuel. What is that? It literally looks like a port. Like, what is that?
That's a great
It
question.
looks like I don't
We
even
just,
know
if
what
you're a
it looks like,
baseball team or any team, y'all, you don't need that many mascots. Let's just keep it simple.
Just keep it simple.
Simple.
Yeah, really.
know?
Oh my God, this is horrifying. If you zoom out on the photo, I'm going to put this on YouTube.
Please
If you
do.
zoom
Please
out
do.
on the photo of Stinger, he has human legs.
All right, no,
I don't.
not
need to see
doing
that.
it.
I know the Pelicans at one point tried to bring out like this really scary baby mascot at one point that they had to nix, and then they had.
Oh, that one is still around.
Is it really?
It is.
That one's something boy.
Baby
I think
cakes
so.
or whatever.
Like,
yeah.
baby cakes or baby boy or something like that because it has to do with Mardi Gras. you know,
Yeah,
like
and they
only
put 'em
bring it
in the
out.
cake
Yes, that's right. The
usually,
baby
right?
cakes. Yes, I have heard of that tradition. So they have a
That
mascot
thing's
like that,
scary.
and then they had an old pelican that they had to change because it was really scary.
Yeah,
It
if
was,
you
like,
look on
absolutely
YouTube, it has.
terrifying.
If you look on YouTube, it has human legs on Stinger.
Oh no.
Oh.
Okay, that might be the most pathetic thing
I
I've
can
ever
see
seen.
how that's like.
That's
They
ridiculous.
thought it was cute, but this is literally just a guy with baseball pants on and like a Halloween costume
he's
that you
wearing
just keep in
oven
your
mitts
closet.
as hands.
That is a very accurate description as to what is being played. And like he has a what is that? A beret or something?
It looks like a beret. What is he?
He's all right.
Is he visiting?
Sergeant Stinger reporting for duty. So yeah, there you go. That is
Apparently, he has lore. Would
There
you
you
like
go.
to read the lore?
we're already here, so why not?
We're going in deep today.
Stinger is a cow-nosed stingray. In 2013, he was chasing clams into the shallows of the Gulf of Mexico when he ran into Raymond, the lovable Rays mascot. He was later offered the job of being a greeter at the Rays touch tank that sits above center field. He is the only Ray
After
allowed
dark.
outside of the 10,000-gallon tank. Mostly seen on Sundays, Stinger enjoys entertaining crowds who come by to visit with his underwater friends.
Bless the PR person who had to write that,
I mean,
man. That's incredible.
And his handler. Bless the handler.
Oh my
too.
gosh. Yeah, that is.
I mean, we just learned something very
You learn
tragic and
something
new
new
today.
every single day, and what I learned today is I'm still trying to figure it out.
Can we get Stinger on the baby mascot now? I need Stinger to be on the hat.
Yeah, no, they do instead go for Raymond, which is just a blob. It's not a very good one. So I would be in favor of a Stinger mini mascot hat instead. But
I wonder if Pearsall will be because he played down there in the Florida area.
play down there
I mean,
in the Florida area.
maybe he's interested
he could
in that.
be a big Stinger fan. And yeah,
Senor
definitely
segue
want to
strikes
avoid.
again.
By the way, football stingers, no fun.
Oh.
Like one of the most
Right?
random, painful injuries you will. I don't even know if you would call it an injury. It's just like a perpetual state
Yeah.
of playing football. But
I didn't experience that, but I'm sure if y'all played,
it's not fun. It's
Yeah,
just like
doesn't
and
sound
you
fun.
don't even really have to like play a ton to get it. It's more just like you hit somebody wrong once the wrong time, and
Mhm. There
it's
it is.
no fun. So there you go. There's the best transition I can get. For
I was
this.
thinking, guys.
Let's get into Ricky Pearsall. You did a great job, Kayla. Thank you. That's why you're here. And so let's get into Ricky Pearsall, who had this to say yesterday about his availability or his lack of availability at practice yesterday.
It's feeling good. Actually, I don't even know when I hurt my knee. To be completely honest, I felt a little bit of soreness after the game, and it wasn't until later on in the night I was kind of moving around and felt a little soreness. Nothing that I was, really concerned about. Came in the next day and was, talking to the trainers, and I told them the same thing I'm telling you right now is, I'm not really concerned, but I just want to check it out a little bit, and that's kind of what I'm doing with it. It's just a little bit of soreness, and I'm not worried about it.
So there you go. There's Ricky Pearsall in his own words there, kind of concerning him saying he doesn't know when it happened. I kind of get that. It probably happened just in the middle of the game, and, again, bumps and bruises that you already have, and you're just like, what's another one? He did say yesterday, Jennifer Lee Chan said that in the open locker room, he said that the cliche thing of if there was a game today, I would be playing in it. I guess you can read that as he will be going on Sunday. Of course, it's not a guarantee. I've heard people say that before and still not play. And so you can only take his word for it. So Ricky Pearsall doesn't seem to be very concerned about it. Maybe we can at least say it's not a long-term issue that you need to worry about, but nonetheless, dealing with knee injuries right now where if you're the Niners, it's just another thing that you can add to the list, to the injury list that is, to just a nightmare start to the season in terms of injuries. At least they've been able to fight through it.
They probably are like, hey, soreness, let's just keep them like a little bit regulated this week because we can't afford to lose anything more. So
Especially
I bet
not
you
after
he'll play.
the game he had. I mean, he's been
he's leading all wide receivers in yards right
Is he?
now,
That wouldn't surprise me. He had like 150 last week on 8 catches. The
Yeah.
week before that, he was incredible as well. So, the Niners, I saw yesterday, like Trent Williams isn't practicing. Christian McCaffrey isn't practicing. That is just all rest.
3 games in.
I'm sure
Gotta
they
do
are
it.
just, again, operating in an abundance of caution and making sure they can be as healthy as possible heading into Sunday's game. Of course, they will not have one Brandon Aiyuk on the outside. He had John Lynch actually this morning had some comments that if you're expecting Brandon Aiyuk back for your fantasy team anytime soon, maybe you should wait. We'll tell you about that and more coming up next. Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention former and present inmates of women's prisons in California. If you are currently or were an inmate of Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla, also known as Chowchilla Women's Facility, Valley State Prison for Women in Chowchilla, Institute for Women in Chino, or Folsom Women's Facility in Represa, and were a victim of sexual abuse, now is the time to come forward, as you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. If you were an inmate at any of these prisons at any time and were subjected to sexual abuse from staff members, you may be entitled to substantial cash compensation. Call our California Women's Prison Helpline now at 800-408-1240. The deadline to file a claim may be close. Call now to get the justice, closure, and the financial settlement you deserve. Even if it was long ago, call our law firm's Women's Prison Sexual Abuse Helpline right now at 800-408-1240. 800-408-1240. 800-408-1240.
This Sactown Sports 49ers report is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. Eddie Pinheiro hit a walk-off 35-yard field goal to lift the Niners to a thrilling 16-15 win over Arizona. Mac Jones made his second start for the injured Brock Purdy and led the team down the field in the final 2 minutes to set up that field goal. Ricky Pearsall had his best game as a Niner, catching 8 passes for 117 yards. Niners are back in action at home this Sunday versus Jacksonville. You can catch all the action beginning at noon right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind, to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my 2 sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-960-3377. That's 800-960-3377. 800-960-3377.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
What's going on? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, tell me what's going on for Chrysler's Drive into Fall sales event.
I had to triple check this because it seems too good to be true. Right now, lease a new 2024 Dodge Hornet RT Plus plug-in for as low as $69 a month for 24 months and $19.95 due at signing.
Wait, isn't that where you usually say taxes and fees are extra?
Not today. You can drive a brand new Dodge Hornet for $69 a month and only $19.95 due at signing. That's it. No surprise fees, taxes, or license. Hence why I had to triple check to make sure this was legit, because it's the best deal I've seen all year.
Better hurry in before they're gone. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
Lease of $69 for 24 months with $19.95 due at signing after $6,500 SFS hybrid electric federal tax credit and $4,000 SFS lease cash. Must finance through Stellantis. 7,500 miles per year, 30 cents per mile over. 3 is net savings. Sample VIN A22-311. See dealer for details.
Listen to the 49er Rewind daily. Brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the official pizza of the 49ers. Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
Yes, you'll get all your Beam Team action come Monday. Right here on Sactown Sports, of course. Kings Media Day, Monday. Should be a big one. Of course, this program, Allen Stiles. I think I heard a rumor yesterday. I don't think I'm spoiled. Maybe, Kyle, this would be funny if this is the first you're hearing about it. Wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. I heard Henry Turner might be joining the program on Monday.
That is believed to be the plan.
Yes, that is. Okay, cool. So you've heard it too. So there you go. That is as good as confirmed as you're going to get in this industry. So Henry Turner, allegedly, possibly at some point, you might have heard it here first. Henry Turner will be joining Allen Stiles for at least a little bit on Monday. I think Henry has like stuff to do at Media Day, so I think he's just going to pop in maybe for the first hour or so.
I think we're looking at most like an hour, because then again,
kind
this
of
is
11 o'clock. Yeah, we don't need to go.
It's inside baseball, but
exactly.
Yes, it's gonna. Do not look at the man behind the curtain.
Yes,
but
exactly.
Yes, that's
Just
when the
hand,
players
that's all.
show up. That is at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, so it should be a party all day long. Henry Turner will be joining us, of course. Kings left and right will be joining us, and then the Drive guys take over at 2 o'clock. It's Monday Night Football, so they will be running you until probably, I don't even know what time, 3:30, 4. I
Whenever
clearly
Jets Dolphins.
Man, their Thursdays, they get it easy on Thursday, don't they?
They have, yes. It used to be when we used to have the A's broadcast years ago. This was the time slot to have, because there would always be, noon games, and we would pretty much not have a show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those afternoon show slots, especially come King season.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, come on. What are those guys even doing?
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, enjoy the Drive guys while you have them. The King season, of course, right around the corner. Jason Ross informed me yesterday, blew my mind. The Kings, as of yesterday, 2 weeks from Kings basketball.
That is nuts.
The Kings,
it's going to go by like that.
Not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday, will be playing preseason basketball, which is just insane. It's just crazy that we've been going back and forth all summer long, and finally we are closer. And yes, of course, we have more Jonathan Kuminga updates. It is a day that ends with a Y, and so there is more information out there that we have. This is actually like really big.
Somewhat
like, this is not
kind of
just
exciting.
like our typical Jonathan Kuminga, we're kicking the can down the road type story. We have some real, like,
drama.
We might need to be on alert type stuff for Jonathan Kuminga. That's been us. We have been locked in Jonathan Kuminga jail for the entire summer.
Well, this we're going on watch. This sounder is we're going on Kuminga watch.
I think it's legit.
That is not.
okay.
That was
That was okay.
That was Tankathon. That
Yes.
was, we're going to figure out where the Kings are picking. Allen hasn't been here in a month, and so we have not ran Tankathon.
Whitey kept it up for a little bit.
Did he really?
And then it just kind of flamed out once we had 8 different hosts coming in here. But Kayla, just for reference, I know you've been listening to the show, but we're running the Tankathon literally every single day until the end of the season.
Let's run it.
Let's
we
do
haven't
it.
ran it. We haven't ran it. Let's run. You know what? We'll run it here so Kayla can see it as well. We'll run it right here on I can't type, tankathon.com. Here we go. We will go to Tankathon. We will sim the lottery. I know Allen cheats. Should I cheat?
No.
I'm not gonna cheat.
No.
Well, okay, so this is the funny thing. I can't confirm for sure if he's cheating or not, but we have enough data now that I'm looking at the numbers. I'm like, either we're getting really lucky or Allen's cheating. That's the problem with numbers. They
Okay.
never lie.
Well,
but
that
Allen
is
does.
true. Yeah, there is especially with a program like this, there's a definite percentage that we are supposed to land here. And Allen is just maybe the luckiest man on earth. I have the Kings here ending in the number 8 spot, which they do start in the 8 spot. So, there you
what's
go.
Allen been hitting?
Yeah, what has he?
We can go to the data. I have it here. So we have done.
Because you're not hitting very well
I
right
just
now.
I hit it again. I hit
Yeah.
9. I'll just go until I get top 10. I got 9 again.
We've done 34 total spins. We have 4 firsts, 3 seconds, 4 thirds, 5 fours, a bunch of 8s and 9s. But anyways,
Yeah, Allen's cheating.
the simple answer is 42% of the time we end up in the top 4, but naturally it should be like 25%.
Okay,
Like if we were just taking the odds, it should be. That's a very big gap.
Well,
which
we
means Allen's
just
cheating.
got into the top top 3. We moved up 6 spots to number 2 in this one, but that took me, I think, 4 rolls.
Yes.
That's about what it should be.
So you're
It's
right.
like a 25%
like you
chance.
said, a 25% chance of getting into the top 10, into the top 5. So
with the
there you
second
go.
pick in the draft, we're going to draft the good boozer twin.
There you go.
we
And that
go.
is my second favorite bit that Allen does is the good boozer.
So
The good boozer.
the bad boozer's going to get picked somewhere in the lottery, which is good, but he's
one's
not
a
as good.
guard, one's a forward, or are they both? Obviously, Dad was a forward center.
One is the good one is taller than the other one.
Okay, there
I
you
don't know positional difference, but they're not identical. So
Interesting.
The bad one got the bad luck of
Bad
the draw.
boozer.
The bad boozer got bad
so
luck of the draw.
Cameron's a power forward, Caden's a point guard. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's a nice mix.
and difference in height too, obviously.
Interesting.
I know-
6'9", 6'4".
I know that those are their
Huh,
names, but
that's
I
a
intentionally am
pretty big
not
difference.
learning them because I only want to
Good
call
and
them
bad
the
boozer.
good boozer and the bad
I mean,
boozer.
why not?
Bad
It's a
boozer.
great thing
It's
to
really,
use.
really funny.
Good boozer, bad boozer. There are good and bad boozers. Sometimes you're a good, drinker. Sometimes you're not.
Apparently, the dad's doing a dating show on Bravo right now.
No, did Simone tell you that?
How do you
No,
get these tidbits? It's amazing. To
I
me.
saw the commercial for it.
So he's not the Golden Bachelor. He's something else.
No, they even they
Do you
will
have the
draw the
hairspray
line
paint?
on what?
You know the picture of Carlos Boozer with his head spray painted?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Carlos Boozer that I need on the dating show. Well, there you go. I was not anticipating for Jonathan Kuminga to spin us off like that, but that's just what he does.
It's called King's Court.
Not
Oh
a king?
yeah, I've
What?
heard of this.
Where 3 men, Tyson Beckford, Titus
Yep.
O'Neil, the UFC fighter, and Carlos Boozer, are dating 21 women to
Yep.
try and find a queen.
I didn't realize that Boozer was on that, but I knew Tyson Beckford was.
Just a version of the Bachelor, the Golden Bachelor. Just their version of
guys?
that.
Yeah, 3.
There's three
I'm not watching
eligible
it, but I've heard of it.
bachelors.
I assume they each pick one of their own.
They probably fight over him.
The
too.
show is hosted
I just am like a
I
little
mean-
confused on the show structure.
The
I
show
am
is
too.
hosted by Rodney Peete and his wife. Sure.
Good for them. Why not? Okay. Well, I will not be tuning into
television
what was it?
these days.
King's what's now?
Court.
King's Court with model Tyson Beckford, Titus O'Neil, the UFC fighter, and Carlos Boozer.
Carlos. Yeah,
Oh,
I have.
goodness.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, there you go. I will not be tuning into that. That is absolutely insane. Carlos. Whatever. You know what? Love has no age, but is Carlos Boozer not like 48 years old? Like why?
No, that's the premise. All the women are. It's like the Golden Bachelor.
Yeah, it's like their age,
yeah.
like age appropriate. I
They
guess, if
they
you
are
wanna
all
call it.
age appropriate. The Tyson Beckford is like 54.
Yep.
Titus O'Neil's in his 40s.
I'm out. I'm out. I could not be more out on this. There's okay. Well, good for him. Make that money, man. Sure, why not? You know, Travis Kelce
IMDb
started
gives
with a
it
dating
6
show,
out of
and
10.
Look where he's at now. So, good luck to Boozer and the Boozer family and the bad Boozer. and the
Maybe
good
Brandon
Boozer.
Ayuk's watching it while he's sitting around. He doesn't have any,
Thank you for
not on the field.
Thank you.
Not on the field.
Not
so
on the field.
maybe he's watching King's Court.
Hey,
You never
maybe
know.
he's watching King's Court. He's got his feet kicked up. Well, we know he's not going to be playing football anytime soon. Unfortunately for Brandon Aiyuk, and it's something I will I'll pat myself on the back real hard because I have been telling you people that Brandon Aiyuk is not near coming back from his just devastating leg injury of last season. And today, John Lynch pretty much confirms to just stop asking. It's not going to happen in the words of Nick Saban. It's not going to happen, so quit asking. This is, again, from John Lynch on KMBR this morning. Says he's, quote, not close, Brandon Aiyuk is, to returning. Says there hasn't been a setback, but Aiyuk's ACL tear was not clean and included other damage, leading to a longer timeline for his return. And it has been fairly consistent. I was looking back at some of the previous reporting on Brandon Aiyuk's injury. They have been very consistent that there is no setback that has happened here. So, again, this seems to be, I won't say that he's on the same timeline because clearly they are since adjusting that. Initially, the reports were that they were going to try and bring him back week 7. I believe that's against the Chiefs after the 49ers bye week. I think this is pretty much just John Lynch coming out and saying, let's just not put a timeline on the kid and let's just let him come back from this devastating leg injury at whatever speed, whatever pace he needs to come back at. I think this is, to me, this is like absolutely the right idea.
You have to do this at this point if you're John Lynch because you know your players are going down like flies.
That too.
And I know in the back of your head you're thinking we got to get these other guys out on the field, but that is so not the way to go. I mean, let him have his own timeline. I know as media people, we like to speed that up or say, hey, we've got this. Like, let him heal fully and then get him back on the field. Hopefully, Jawan Jennings can get back on the field soon and the Ricky Pearsall knee is not as big of a deal. I get the urgency part of it, but you got to do things smart for the long term.
It's such a great point, too, that the injuries have stacked up for them, too, because just on a human level, how easy is it and normal would it be for someone to say, they need me, right? Like, I have to get out there. Like, and especially, like you said, Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, like, these are guys at the position, not even just we are down men and we need any spark we can get. It is people at his position that he can say, I have to try and rush back. And I think it's definitely the right time and the right move to come out right now and say, even if it's just him speaking to Aiyuk, who might be, busting his behind in the facility every single day trying to rush back, it could just be a message to all to say, this ain't happening. Like, let's just pump the brakes here if there is anybody trying to gas this thing up, and let's just be healthy because in the long term, especially after I don't know how tapped in you were last summer to the Brandon Aiyuk trade saga left and right.
We were talking about it in Nashville, so
incredible. I mean, I'm sure there's people in New England talking about it every single day. People in Pittsburgh talking about it every single day. It was an absolute mess, and so with that new contract, it makes sense that the Niners would want to take it easy with Brandon Aiyuk. Think about it a little bit more in the long-term scope. So there's your update on Brandon Aiyuk. He is, quote-unquote, not close to coming back from his leg injury. Coming up next, here we go. Jonathan Kuminga, the gift that keeps on giving. Will he be coming to Sacramento? We talk about that next. Coming up on the Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Nighttime is fun time at the Hagen Oaks Top Tracer driving range. It's more relaxed at night with people enjoying technology, where you can play Pebble Beach at Hagen Oaks, compete against your friends in a variety of games, or just practice at your leisure. There's food when you're hungry from hangout eats and drinks, or enjoy a beverage on the brand new patio with relaxed seating. And check out the free concert series. It's the Hagen Oaks driving range nightly until 2 a.m. Fulton Avenue at Business 80.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics. Schedule a free inspection.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water reel.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
KHD KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. You heard for Kings Talk and so much more.
Live and vocal.
Allen Stiles on Sactown Sports.
Welcome back to the Allen Stiles Show. Allen Stiles will be back on Monday. Until then, Chris Watkins, Kayla Anderson, Kyle Ledbetter on the other side of the glass. What did you do with your little 4-minute break? I'll tell you what I did. I learned way too much about Carlos Boozer's dating life, which apparently he's very, very happy in his relationship.
Oh, should we do a spoilers?
Hey, can we get some sort of
spoiler alert for people who are planning to watch the Kings Court on Bravo, and I'm guessing Peacock.
Yes, no connection to Sacramento Kings at all, should be noted.
No. Anyone who wants to watch the dating show, it ended last week. Yep. We know the result, so spoiler alert if you're planning to watch the Carlos Boozer Bravo dating show.
Okay, all right. Carlos Boozer is happily in a relationship a year after filming his show King's Court. He is very, very happy with his now girlfriend Janae Robinson. Shout out Carlos Boozer and
They're
Janae.
going to Napa.
They say the first thing they did was, we are going to Napa. We're going to spend our anniversary in Napa, so we'll be drunk on wine all weekend.
That's right. Boozing.
If you're Does this have to be your last day? Because Kayla is.
Can we not break this good thing up? I know we
I
want
wasn't a
to.
fan.
I know.
All right.
It's not me. The board has a mind
That's
of
true.
its own.
We did establish that yesterday.
Yeah, if you
Yes, I got to go on Queen's Court.
if you have a pun, the board will decide.
So there you go. Yeah, if you have some spare time and you literally have nothing else to do, go ahead and
10 episodes of this show.
spend some time watching King's Court.
Dude,
Again, no
they
affiliation.
need to pay
with
us for that marketing plug just
We
now.
This is definitely
Let's-
the most
yeah.
that non-E channel promotion
Yeah.
of the Carlos Boozer dating show.
Carlos
By the
Boozer.
way, there is some Sacramento Kings tie to Carlos Boozer.
Yeah.
Carlos Boozer, if I'm not mistaken, is infamous for, oh man, I have to get this right. He was traded to the Kings and quite literally played one game for the Sacramento Kings, if I'm not mistaken.
you
He got a
serious?
double-double in that game.
Are you kidding me?
Let's see here. I could be wrong. I could be
please
getting
tell me this is
the
true.
random person incorrect, but if I'm not mistaken, it was Carlos Boozer. Oh man, and if it's not, and if anybody on the chat could help me, that would be fantastic. But the problem is also now I type in Carlos Boozer Kings, and you know what pops up is
Kings Court.
Kings Court.
Yep.
So,
one game with Sacramento.
Thank you.
Final game of his NBA career on April 15, 2015.
that sounds right.
While playing, he
No.
was playing against
Game.
the Sacramento Kings.
So I
I'm
must
sorry.
have it wrong. There's somebody that
Sorry,
I'm
I
thinking
got
of.
excited.
You're thinking of another bald power forward
I am.
that looks like him.
That is
Got
like a hustle
excited.
guy. Who is it?
Yeah. Honestly, they pretty interchangeable careers. I believe you're thinking of Drew Gooden.
Drew Gooden. That is who I'm
Okay.
thinking of because Drew Gooden was a fantastic college player, much like Carlos Boozer. Carlos Boozer, Duke. Drew Gooden, Kansas.
There
Around
it
the same
is.
time in my head, yes, Drew Gooden. He got a double-double in that game. Drew Gooden also famously had a terrible haircut where he only kept like a square in the back of his head.
Wow.
And that's it. He was completely bald, but just kept like a perfect 1x1 square
What in
right
the
in the
world?
back middle
Well,
of his
that's
head.
that's
So-
the other thing. Is
You know
that
he was born in Oakland, by the way.
Gooden or Boozer?
Gooden.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I did not know that. Wow. Shout out Drew Gooden, who, again,
Somehow
was
never
like
played for the Warriors.
Yeah, that's
ridiculous college
what I was
basketball
thinking. I was
player.
like, wow.
Yeah, so in that one game, 26 minutes, was 5 for 9 from the field, scored 12 points, had
Double-double,
13 rebounds, 2 assists.
I'm telling you, like, my brain
That's crazy that you
is
remembered that, though.
absolutely fried.
This was
It's
the-
okay that you remembered like he was some bald guy.
Done.
Though.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, I wish my brain could connect all of the dots, but for some reason, it's just a jumble
them.
of like facts that I know are true, but I don't know exactly if it's.
That's insane. This was a 17-win Sacramento Kings team that Chris remembers one random Drew Gooden
I
game.
unfortunately definitely remember the game, and that season was.
Can
full
you
of-
name the coach of the Kings for that?
Was that Westfall? No,
Not Westfall. I'll give
Kenny
you a-
Nat.
Yes, somehow. Kenny Nat.
Kenny Nat. 17 wins. Was that like Bano Udrith year where Bano like just went absolutely insane?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Ba-
that was
Bano-
the year that they ended up getting Tyreek Evans the following year.
Yes, Bano was the starting point guard. Bobby Jackson
Andres
randomly came back
Nocioni.
for a season.
Man.
By
Yeah.
the way, Ward in the chat says Boozer used to paint his hair. Oh, don't worry. We already went down that rabbit hole, too, in the break. We got a lot in. Bang for our buck in 4 minutes in the break.
We did get a lot done in the 4-minute break, and yes, I definitely had to show Kayla the infamous picture of Carlos Boozer with his spray painted hair, which is just absolutely incredible for anybody who has denied the hairspray treatment at your local barbershop. So Carlos Boozer definitely did not do that, and if you have not done yourself the service of looking at Carlos Boozer's spray painted hair, you should just take about
Which
30
you can now
seconds and
see
do
on
it
the
yourself.
YouTube if
Oh,
anyone wants.
beautiful.
Perfect.
So yeah,
Perfect.
you
There
get
you go.
you get Stinger, the Ray, you get Carlos
Ah.
Boozer. And
I can't leave it up
spray.
too long because I just can't look at that photo
Well, if
without
anybody's
laughing.
driving while watching the YouTube, they're going to be blinded
Very
by the
dis-
reflection that's coming off of Carlos Boozer's head here.
It's so
What a
funny.
bad shot.
It's literally reflecting on his head. It's
Pretty
amazing.
tough. Pretty tough.
He
It
had to
is-
fire his barber after
Yeah.
that.
Oh
I would
my
think,
gosh. I
right?
can't imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of text that he probably got immediately that was like, bro, like he did you wrong. Like, yeah,
Exactly.
never go to him again.
He used to be on TV, and I can't imagine all the local radio interviews he's done where they're like, so what happened with the hair?
Yep. I mean, I'd ask him. I'd want the full story, you know?
There's got to be, and there definitely has to be a hilarious story where he, probably had never heard of the treatment. B, he was probably like, literally, what is like, oh, okay, this is just normal.
Yeah.
And B, there was no way he was anticipating getting fried the way that he has since
The
absolutely
paint was
gotten
not permanent.
roasted.
It definitely was not waterproof, I should say.
No, yeah, and that's another part of it too. I wonder if there is photos of it running because if you take a shower, that thing comes off immediately. Okay, Kyle just zoomed in so much more on his head.
I'm like zooming in now on my computer.
Yes,
so
if
bad.
you're doing yourself a disservice if you are
Yeah.
not watching us on YouTube. We're having fun today, as it is unfortunately Kayla Anderson's final day with us here at the station. It's been a really, really fun week. Again, it's not over yet. We still have 3 more hours with you, and as we know, Jonathan Kuminga has been with us all summer long. The dude has not left our side, and especially from a content perspective, again, he is the gift that continues to give. He is the giving tree of this offseason. And it just continues, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't get enough of him now. I mean,
It's
now
incredible.
you have me pulled into the saga.
You've been here for a week, and
And
there's been
every
like
day
3
I'm
different
doing
updates.
updates. What's going on with Kuminga? Is he coming to the Sacramento Kings? Is he not going to his retreat with his boys?
He is not. He is not going to the retreat with his
Dang.
boys, which is just absolutely. Do we have that audio, by the way, Kyle? Can we play that? So that is a perfect way of setting the scene. So as we know, Jonathan Kuminga, the Warrior saga, the King saga, all of it has been a mess, and this is all coming to a head this week. His media day is on Monday. Jonathan Kuminga's decision on whether or not he's going to take the player option or the qualifying offer, that decision doesn't have to be made until October 1st, which is Wednesday. And so the Warriors this week are hosting a non-team sanctioned, player-led training camp, I guess you could call it, in San Diego. And there is one glaring omission from these workouts. They have everyone, even the guys who aren't signed. Seth Curry's brother is out there. And yet there is one person who is missing, and you all can probably guess who that is.
Jimmy Butler is actually holding a team function, a team mini camp in San Diego this week. This is the first full year of Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler all together. One player that is not there, the only player on the potential Warriors roster that isn't there, is a restricted free agent, Jonathan Kuminga. My understanding is he is not appearing at this team function, this camaraderie mini camp in San Diego. This is still at a stalemate. I spoke to Aaron Turner, Kuminga's agent, today, and he told me the player option still remains critical in these conversations. We know about the 3-year, $75 million offer or 2-year, $45 million offer. Both still have team options in them. Him, just like Grimes, has until October 1st before his decision, but these sides still at a stalemate. Jonathan Kuminga did not appear at the first kind of team-related event the Warriors players had today.
So there you go. There you have it. That is Shams Charania giving us an update.
That was dramatic, by the way.
Very dramatic.
It's like he will not be there. He's the only one who's not going to be there. They're having like a big buffet, he's not there.
Jonathan Kuminga is skipping the team pizza party.
How dare he? Man, maybe his parents couldn't get off work in time to drop him off. Who knows? But it's, I don't know. I mean, it is really, really hilarious. I get it also why this is obviously a very, very big story. But it is really funny to me that this is where we are at with the Jonathan Kuminga stuff, where it is leading NBA Today that he is not participating with his team, which, again, I understand why it's a big story, but it is just a little bit funny to me. It's a little bit high school drama-y to me. And yet, it definitely is yet again Jonathan Kuminga using his leverage and once again saying, I'm not bluffing here. This is, because Kayla, you could definitely speak to this as well. It's different when it's a player-led thing, right? If it's coaches, team organized, and you miss it, hey, we get it, man. It's business. Handle your business. We all have to do it. Sometimes we have to do things that make things uncomfortable. It's in the name of business. But this is Jimmy Butler, I'm assuming, sending out a group text to the guys saying, hey, anyone want to go to San Diego and
let's
play
get to know
shoot
each other,
some hoops?
right? Kick it like the
It's
NFL
different.
does it with quarterbacks and wide receivers. and they plan these trips. I know when I was covering Will Levis when he was the quarterback with the Titans, he invited everybody to like Cabo or something, all the wide receivers. And we were also like, okay, well, who didn't go? Like we were immediately like, in that case, everybody went. But in this case, this is even more like, okay, let's see what's really happening, because even if he does sign the deal, guys, even if this does get done with Golden State, how awkward is this going to be to play there with all of these guys that you've already pretty much put out, you know, a memo saying, I'm not really about it. Like, I'm not really about this team. Maybe that he does it for a year and then he's out. But it would still be tough because clearly, you know, he's doing what he has to do. I get that part too, because they've not done him right. But it does put everybody in a really weird situation. And like you said, Butler's new too. He's just trying to bring everybody together. This is like the saga that I'm here for.
It's the most drama of anything that I have seen in a really long, and like the NBA is full of drama.
It is.
And this is peak. This is really like, it takes me back to like the Draymond and KD like internal beef.
There it is.
Like that was the last time it feels like there was some real weight to it too. Of course, Draymond and Jordan Poole. Are we noticing a common thread here?
Draymond?
By the way, to your point of Jimmy Butler and like, do you think Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green are going to forget something like this? Like, do you think you mentioned how awkward it's going to be?
No.
Those two guys specifically are the kind who will be like, hey man, I don't care if things go ahead and shake all the hands you want and whatever with the owners. You missed like this team-oriented thing, this team bonding experience. You've made this summer hell for us. Like, we're all towards the end of our career trying to win a championship, and this young 23-year-old kid is ruining our legacy, something that we've been building for as long as he's been alive. Like, his adult life has been Steph Curry's era, and he's about to potentially throw a huge wrench into it. And so something tells me that, just knowing Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green, those guys feel like the type who, to your point, like, it doesn't matter what happens after this. The damage has already been done.
It's like the locker room door for him is going to be shut when, you know, like everybody's in there. You got their pregame, all that stuff. And then it's like, the room goes silent when he walks in. That's just what I'm picturing. And I'm not saying that's going to happen. But I am saying, I mean, it is a real thing with all the teams I've covered in my career. Like, even if there's a couple bad eggs in an NFL locker room, it can change the season. We're talking about an NBA locker room.
Like an 80-person locker room versus like a 15-person locker room.
I mean, one bad situation can have an effect on a season, you know, if you don't get it figured out.
Yeah, absolutely. And they are not figuring it out. They are the furthest thing from figuring this thing out. It seems like they're digging the hole even deeper. And that brings us to where we are today, where there's new reports from Sam Amick yesterday. Of course, we all know and love Sam Amick. He's been on the morning show countless times this summer. We are finally giving him a little bit of a breather. And even now, it feels like Sam is going to have to come back on probably early next week to have to describe how this thing ended up playing out, as we'll probably have an answer by then. But let's get into Sam's story here. This is, of course, from The Athletic. Sam Amick, none better than, he says, quote, yet according to team sources, there is still another scenario in play here when talking about the Kuminga Warriors scenario. A sign-and-trade deal with the Sacramento Kings, with the Sacramento Kings, while the two teams went more than a month without discussing the matter during the later part of summer. Team sources said that talks between the two sides were renewed earlier this week. This week, people, Warriors and Kings have been talking as recently as this week for Jonathan Kuminga trade. And while no significant progress has been made in the talks, it's quite notable that the Kings, who have offered guard Malik Monk in a lottery-protected 2030 first-round pick in exchange for Kuminga, who would sign a 3-year, $63 million deal, aren't giving up on the prospect of bringing him to Sacramento. This is big, maybe, this season, which, again, might tell you, even if things are in the short term, signed, sealed, delivered, it might not be over in terms of the talks quieting down, as, you know, this all could just end up being Jonathan Kuminga kicking the can down the line to free agency next year, where the market is all his. Sam goes on to say, quote, several obstacles still remain for the deal to be completed, most notably the fact that the Warriors don't have interest in Malik Monk quite. His contract is the primary issue. He has a player option for 27-28 worth $21.5 million. That does not fit the Warriors' future flexibility plans. There are concerns about his fit on the team as well. If they did take him on, team sources said that it's likely Golden State would look to trade him elsewhere. The problem is with that path, however, is that there is no clarity as to whether that would be possible anytime soon. And the Kings could tell you that as they have been shopping Malik Monk all summer long and haven't been able to find a destination, though Houston, that situation did just open up. Who knows if they can find a deal there. I think that's still a pretty significant roadblock that Golden State doesn't just want to take on Malik Monk and essentially just, I guess you could see in their minds, it's just, okay, well, we were trying to trade Jonathan Kuminga. Now you've just made us try and trade Malik Monk.
It's a weird, it's almost like if this were with any other team that would benefit them in any other way. Yeah. Because with this situation, like the Kings would, I think, benefit from having Kuminga here. But like you just said, the Golden State Warriors, I feel like they want to look like the guys that did everything right and got whatever they wanted out of it.
Sure.
And you said the only other team that was interested maybe was Phoenix, which, by the way, if I'm Kuminga, I do not want to go to the Phoenix Suns right now, okay? Especially playing for that GM.
No thanks.
No, sir. So
it's never great when Phoenix and Sacramento are your two options.
Also a solid
I know,
point,
right?
Yeah.
But I do feel like that's kind of the way they're doing it. And they're playing hardball, as all teams do, because it is a business. But it's almost like if it was any other team that kind of made more sense for them and what they are going to get.
Yeah, definitely. Everything about it just has a different door that it opens, and it feels like nothing for some reason is working out. I do think it is strange to me that the Warriors don't feel like Malik Monk, and I get the dollar figure part of it. That is absolutely a huge factor for sure, as they want to keep, as it even says there, like their future flexibility plans. They want to make sure they can either potentially throw one true last Hail Mary for a Steph Curry championship in that season where him, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond's contracts are all up, or potentially, obviously, it would be a very clear and obvious pivot point if, let's say, Steph Curry either retires or goes to Charlotte or something like that. They want to be able to have the flexibility to play whichever hand is dealt at the time. And so it makes a little bit of sense. With all of that said, Malik Monk, it keeps getting lost in all of this. Malik Monk is a damn good player.
He's a good player,
I don't understand why no one wants him.
And it's like, you guys are even talking about, like, well, he's a great player, but he doesn't really 100% fit. Like, again, we're going into that conversation. So it's like, where would he be his best at this point?
I don't think
he
Golden
is a good
State,
player.
Yeah, and to, I guess, the Warriors' point, they don't think it would be there because they obviously have Steph Curry going to be the primary ball handler. Malik Monk is also like a smaller guy. It's not like, it's not as if Steph and Clay obviously worked because Clay is a bigger guy. Clay's like 6'7". He's a great defender, obviously, too. Like, they can play off each other. Malik and Steph are pretty, they're the same stature. Obviously, Steph is a different level than Malik, but they kind of do the same thing while on the floor. So I guess you could say it's an investment in a high-level backup for them.
Yeah.
I don't think they would really see the benefit in that, but
not if they're going all out for Steph right now and to make this such a thing.
Right,
and
absolutely.
being like, this is, we're keeping things together,
Yeah. It's really interesting because they have Buddy Hield, who obviously Kings fans know a ton about. I would take Malik Monk over Buddy Hield. Moses Moody, inconsistent.
Yeah.
I get that he's maybe cheaper. They have team control. They know what Moses Moody is. Moses Moody might know his role better there, which could be a part of this too, right? It could just be as simple as maybe in a weird, twisted way, Malik Monk is too good of an addition. Like Malik Monk might, they just need you to fit into this box here. Like we're the Warriors. Like, we know what is going to work here. We know what we want to do. We really don't need you to step out. So, like, it's great that you have those capabilities and those talents, but we kind of just don't need you to step outside the box. I'm also not really mentioning Brandon Pajemski as well, who they're very high on. They love him. He's a little bit of the same size as Malik, too, kind of presents similar problems with their lineup. And I guess as I'm kind of vocalizing it,
You talking yourself into, okay, why this, maybe it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean,
go
they
there,
kind of then just end up being in a king situation where we talk about all the guards we have.
That's what I was just going to say.
They then have Seth, Steph, Melton, I'm sorry, not Melton, GP2, then Malik Monk. You could throw Pajemski in there. Like, then they're starting to run again into the same issue that the Kings are running into here, which then leads to, of course, as Sam Amick mentions in that article, the Warriors essentially have to then decide who they want to move on from. And it just kind of becomes a mess of everybody kicking down the asset until everybody's finally happy with what they end up with. But it's just a mess. And so, yeah, I guess if you had to give a hard update as to where we stand right now with the Jonathan Kuminga saga, I would say we're closer. I would say we're closer to a conclusion. I would say we're closer, I guess, to if you do believe the Kings are ultimately going to end up with Jonathan Kuminga. It feels like we're closer to that being a result. I'm not saying that is the way that things are trending, but again, it feels like with the conversations reigniting as early as this week, that's telling you that both sides, or at least one of the sides, is really feeling like the pressure to get this done, or at least see where the temperature is at on all of this. So it's
what does he have till October 1st?
October 1st, which is Wednesday, and again, media day is on Monday. They could technically extend that date for Jonathan Kuminga.
Well,
I don't know why they would.
And technically, like, that's just the deadline for the qualifying offer.
Right.
So if they're like, hey, we're close to a deal.
Right, like a long-term deal.
Yeah, they might just say, let the qualifying offer deadline pass. If I were Kuminga, I wouldn't do that because that's your best leverage.
Yes, that's your leverage point.
But yeah, probably by October 1st, you'll have a resolution.
And again, that is on Wednesday, so hopefully, again, by next Wednesday, we do have an actual answer, an actual result as to where all of this stuff goes. But it is a mess, and it just continues to be a mess as, Sam Amick gives us an update as to where things stand on the Jonathan Kuminga front. And again, talks have been reignited as early as this week on the Kings front. There is a little bit more to fill you in on when it comes to this situation, more so just the offers that are out there. And yes, we also will get into the top 10 of ESPN's top 100 NBA players. And if there's any controversy at the top of the list, you know there is, because there always is. You're listening to the Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Our office computers were from like 2012.
What? They had computers then?
Yeah, I don't know much about new tech.
Apparently.
So I went to Staples and saved big on an AI-powered HP laptop and HP OfficeJet Pro printer, which also came with 3 months of free instant ink.
And we're back in this century. During Staples HP Tech Event, save up to 35% on HP printers and up to 40% on AI-powered HP PCs.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. Until 11/1, select models only.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very...
Calm? I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Discover Terra Madre Americas, one of the world's most exciting food events, coming to Northern California for the first time this September 26th through 28th. Dig into good, clean, and fair food for all with chefs Alice Waters, Sean Sherman, and Jeremiah Tower. Hear music from The War on Drugs, Spoon, Big Head Todd and the Monsters, Jade Bird, and Passion Pit Solo Acoustic. Savor the journey of Terra Madre Americas, only in Sacramento. Details on TerraMadreUSA.com. Terra Madre Americas is supported by Sacramento International Airport and brought to you by Slow Food and Business.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Hey everybody, it's Kyle Draper. Are you having a plumbing or drain problem? Well, call my friends at Bell Brothers, the no surprise guys. Right now, you can get drain clearing for just $67, and they'll throw in a free camera inspection. Their technicians show up on time, and there's never any surprises. So call Bell Brothers, the no surprise guys, or visit them at nosurpriseguys.com.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sactown Sports.
I got a nickname. I'm the annoying girl. That's right, baby. That's right, babe. That we were talking about nicknames the other day.
Yes. Yes, there you go.
AG.
Well, that's not
AG. Right here.
Annoying girl.
I feel like I could be in the NBA.
Also known as Kayla Anderson.
It's me.
C-Dub, AG,
C-Dub,
and
AG, and KL/MG/DJLED.
He's got like 3.
That's right.
Love it.
Kyle Ledbetter.
What was that middle one?
MG. Real ones know. Real ones know.
Yesterday
That's
we got
deep
a little
lore.
confused.
That's deep lore. Yes, Kayla Anderson, also known as the annoying girl,
Yeah,
I guess,
baby.
in some circles,
I'll
if you
embrace
will.
that.
Love it. Absolutely. Might as well.
Mm-hmm.
Might as well.
Oh, what a show we're having, man.
We are.
We're having a
aren't
great
we?
show.
We've
We're having a
talked
great show.
about just everything, and we still
All
have
of it.
almost
We've
2
gotten
hours
into the
to go.
lore of the Rays mascot, Carlos Boozer's dating life.
And hairline.
I haven't even gotten to my squirrel story yet, so.
That's right.
We've got
We
a
have to
lot
have
of
one
show.
for each hour.
We've got
or
a lot of
something.
show. Yeah, we've got, we're bringing you all the way to 2 o'clock. And of course, the Drive guys take it from there. It's Thursday night football. So, of course, what's a full show for them, right?
Exactly.
They will be what do I use? A truncated show for them today. I wonder if Kyle Draper will be feeling better today. Probably not. Whitey made it sound like it was,
Really?
A lot of dental work that Draper had
Surprised
to
he
go
did the
through.
first
So
pitch.
I was too. I know, and I know. We got video of that. I'm
Yeah.
surprised he was feeling well enough to give that a go, but he did nonetheless. We know Drape's a trooper, so there you go. The Drive guys bringing you from 2 o'clock all the way up to Thursday night football, which will be the Seattle Seahawks going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals in that NFC West matchup between those two pesky little fighting birds over there. So
That's
wrapping
what
a
they are.
bow on the Kuminga thing that we were talking about last segment. This is again from the Sam Amick article. This is a quote from the Kings' vantage point. Kuminga has not performed like a lottery pick. This is the reason why the Kings might not be as willing to just make this deal happen. Some people might be saying, look, like if you guys want Jonathan Kuminga and it seems like the Warriors are at least willing to have the conversation, why don't you just do what it takes to get this thing done? Media days on Monday. What are you wasting time for? All of this stuff. By the way, haven't really considered the Malik Monk Media Day portion of any of this for us.
And that's a good point because it's obviously we're talking about it right now, but this has been something you guys have been talking about in terms of him being a trade piece.
Yeah.
And you flip the script. I mean, is it almost like, what will that be like? Like you said,
100%.
what is he going to say? Is he going to answer those questions? That's
Even just vibe,
that's a
right?
great thought.
Like his attitude, again, like I told you on Monday, Malik has been like the energy guy, the positive guy, the life of the team in many ways. Like it's a very muted team. Like Sabonis, very even keel, very level-headed. He can be very rah-rah at times, but for the most part is very stoic, very serious. Keegan Murray is a joke of like how stoic he is. DeMar DeRozan just kind of a little bit of the same, more of like a cool vibe, chillax vibe.
But Monk is not.
Monk is excited, off the walls, jumping, excited, laughing, joking at practice.
And maybe it doesn't bother him. You know,
And
everybody deals with it different, or he's like, I'm not going to show that even if it did. So that's,
100%.
I mean, I'll be tuning in because I'm really interested to
Honestly,
see that.
my bet would be that he is that way.
Yep.
That he is the type of guy who, and like, you know, some guys lip service, right? It's like, oh yeah, like those things don't, like
And
he
you
is
can
the
tell.
kind of guy who I could actually see, and maybe, you know, on a human level, maybe like truly if he talks to his loved ones, maybe he is, of course, bothered by it as he should be, but in terms of like letting it show on a media day as well, where that's very obviously public facing, I could see Malik really playing it off, being like, man, like, honestly, they do what, you know, agents do what agents do. I just am here to play. I'm here, so I'm going to play here. I could definitely see that being Malik's attitude. But nonetheless, again, on a human level, you do have to think about what it's doing to Malik. And again, we talk about more so how awkward things are going to be in the Warriors locker room. Just because we know it to be a fact doesn't make it any easier for Malik Monk to just show up to work and just never know if it's going to be the last day that he's going to go to that facility. So to continue on Sam Amick's article here, he says, quote, if that pick doesn't convey in 2030, that being the unprotected, the protected pick that the Kings are offering to the Warriors right now, if that doesn't convey in 2030, it becomes the least favorable of the 2031 first rounders between Sacramento and San Antonio. That would probably be San Antonio, just to take a wild guess that San Antonio and Victor Wembanyama will be more successful than the Kings in 2031. One way or another, Amick writes, the Warriors would get a first-round pick in the current construction of the deal. What's more, the Kings see Monk as a dynamic player who they'd rather not lose and who would help the Warriors right away, contract complications aside. So that's from the Kings' perspective of things, which really isn't talked about enough in terms of, again, if you're somebody out there who is saying, just get it done, the Kings can have some leverage in here and say, look, we want Jonathan Kuminga really bad, but of course, you know, besides the whole actual optics of your situation, he really hasn't been like a lights out player. He has not been a player that is talked about in the best young players in the NBA. His career has been an anomaly. His career has really been more so about what might be left to give as opposed to what he has actually done. It hasn't really been until the past, I don't know, I guess year and a half that we've actually seen some, okay, like, yeah, this guy is somebody that is promising and is worth potentially making the kind of move that the Kings are talking about doing here. But at the same token, like you can't throw away a future, and it wouldn't be throwing away the future, but the Kings are just kind of hedging their bet a little bit there. And that's them saying, look, Kuminga is not a for sure all-star when he joins our team. We're taking a little bit of risk here as well, and the Warriors kind of need to acknowledge that.
And haven't we talked about that the past couple of 2 days in terms of what's on the Kings right now? Because I know we've got stable players that you know what you're going to get out of them. But we've also discussed a lot of the players when we've been going through position previews in the last few days. Yeah. We've talked about players like, are we going to see that potential? Could we see this out of them, you know, at the full level? Because we don't know exactly yet because they're not getting the minutes that maybe we'd like to have them to have gotten so far. And so this is kind of like what we're talking about with Kuminga. Like, the talent is there. Like, the potential is there. And when you look at Golden State, they haven't really allowed him to tap into it either.
100%.
So it is a big question mark. And if you're Sacramento, is that worth rolling the dice on since you have a couple other guys that are younger that are in that boat as well?
Yes, 100%. Absolutely. Is it worth the risk? And I think that's ultimately the decision that the Kings are going to have to make. Like, I think if this thing gets done, I think it's Okay, I think the Kings are going to, this is absolutely the sticking point. This is, if this deal is going to get done, the Kings are going to have to essentially say, all right, we're willing to take the risk on, which we already are taking on a risk. But I think the Kings are in their right to play hardball here and say that we just don't know. Like, Jonathan Kuminga could just be like the third best player on our team, which would be great, which would be a wonderful addition. But, we can't price this as if this is a guarantee. We are bringing on an Anthony Edwards, Zion Williams. Like, we are not talking about a guy who maybe at one point we were talking about a guy who had that kind of ceiling, that kind of potential. He still might, but I don't think it's as baked into the conversation when it comes to his value as maybe what it might have been in the past. And so I do think it is a very important note that Sam Amick puts in there that the Kings, even though there is a protection, it still is a first-round pick regardless. Even if it doesn't convey in 2030 the protected pick that could be sent with Malik Monk, regardless, the next season, if it didn't convey because of the protections, it would still be a first-round pick. So regardless, the Warriors would be getting, in theory, Malik Monk in a first-round pick. It would just either be in 2030 or 2031. Sometimes those protections can be, it's 2030, and if it doesn't convey, then it'll be 2 second-round picks or something like that. That is not how this protection would go. This is a guaranteed first-round pick, which, again, if I'm the Kings, that's what I'm preaching to the Warriors is you can ask me to take off all the protections, whatever. We don't want to do that, and you're still getting a first-round pick regardless. And so I get it. I understand both sides are trying to play their hands about as well as they can. But as we've been talking about all week, at some point here, this thing does have to have a conclusion. And at some point, the Warriors are going to be the ones that look the most foolish of anybody if this thing doesn't get done. They're the ones who are going to have the most questions to answer. And I just don't think that's the kind of situation they want to be in. Coming up next, go ahead.
Fans hear really quick. Fans hear that number one overall pick and giving that that's. No one ever wants to hear that, right? Like giving away that number.
Yeah, for sure. Pick. Absolutely. Sorry, as I'm dying there. Absolutely. Yeah, no, fans, and it makes sense. Like, yeah, exactly. Just the sound of giving out a first-round pick. Like, people don't want to do that. It's scary, especially when you're the Kings. Like, when you're the Kings, those things are gold, right? Yeah, like that can be a top 3 pick. That could be a top 5 pick. That could be a top 10 pick, almost guaranteed. If you just follow the track record of the Kings, it's almost guaranteed to be a top 10 pick. And so, yeah, if you're the Sacramento Kings, again, and you don't really have any clear vision to what your future is going to look like in 2030, like Domantas Sabonis could be gone. DeMar DeRozan's probably retired in 2030. Who knows what your team's going to look like? You could definitely understand why they would say we can't just potentially give out future picks like that, which, by the way, could be very useful if they do get Jonathan Kuminga. That pick could be used to potentially grow whatever the Kings have at that moment in time. So there you go. There you have it. There is Jonathan Kuminga, everything that you would want to know and maybe even a little bit more. Coming up next, we go into the top 10 players in the NBA, according to ESPN.com, in an open market that might be hit for one Utah Jazz center that I'm a big fan of. Who is it? You'll hear about it next. Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal. You should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended, balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention former and present inmates of women's prisons in California. If you are currently or were an inmate of Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla, also known as Chowchilla Women's Facility, Valley State Prison for Women in Chowchilla, Institute for Women in Chino, or Folsom Women's Facility in Represa, and were a victim of sexual abuse, now is the time to come forward, as you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. If you were an inmate at any of these prisons at any time and were subjected to sexual abuse from staff members, you may be entitled to substantial cash compensation. Call our California Women's Prison Helpline now at 800-408-1240. The deadline to file a claim may be close. Call now to get the justice, closure, and the financial settlement you deserve. Even if it was long ago, call our law firm's Women's Prison Sexual Abuse Helpline right now at 800-408-1240. 800-408-1240. 800-408-1240.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
We're in the Caribbean again, remember?
No.
Remember yesterday we went to Cancun.
Oh, that's right. We went to Cancun.
Today's the
went to
DR,
Cabo.
maybe Dominican Republic.
This is definitely some island vibes
Yeah.
for sure.
The people who make it are from Colombia.
Colombia?
The song.
Really? I like it.
Sebastian Yatra, Manuel Turizo.
You know.
Very nice.
Yeah. All right. I like it. I like the vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are on a Thursday. We got about 2 hours, a little over, left in the program for you. A lot of good stuff for you. We just updated you on where things stand with the Jonathan Kuminga saga scenario going on in Sacramento and in the Bay Area as that continues. Again, trade talks have heated up as recently as this week when it comes to Jonathan Kuminga, the Golden State Warriors, and the Sacramento Kings. So that's something that should have you on high alert, really, especially in this NBA world. Any minute now could be the update that changes everything for us. So we are on alert for sure on the Jonathan Kuminga front, as we have been all summer long.
We're on the watch.
Yeah, on watch. And yeah, it is. It's been a long watch. It's like a Game of Thrones-esque, like at the wall type.
Yes, yeah. I am Jon Snow. I'm always on the watch.
We're getting grizzled for sure.
I think that makes sense. I never watched
Big Jon Snow. You didn't? I'm a big Jon Snow fan.
Never could get
Big
into
Game
it.
of Thrones fan. It was great.
It was a really
awesome.
good one.
Like, I mean, it definitely is as good as everyone says it is.
I had to be convinced though for months to watch it.
Yeah. You got to get through the.
But finally, I did, and I was like, I'm so glad that person convinced me.
If I'm gonna give more than like 10 episodes worth of my time, your show better be really good.
It is really good.
Kyle, I
up
would
until the
recommend
last
it.
season for
Yeah,
sure. But
it's too late now.
yeah.
It's
I don't think it is too late. It's never too late. I just watched Sopranos this summer. or like a little earlier this year. It's great. It like still holds up. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. Could not recommend more.
Breaking Bad. If you haven't seen that yet, you need to see it.
I haven't rewatched Breaking Bad yet.
A lot of people have.
Yeah.
You watch Better Call Saul?
I did not know, but people say that is just as good, if not better. Yeah,
you should probably watch that first.
First? Oh, you're saying before rewatching?
Yeah,
yeah. No,
because Better Call Saul kind of leads into. From what I understand, again, I haven't seen.
You haven't seen that either, or Breaking Bad?
Look, this can be a running bit. Just Kyle doesn't know movies or TV. That's
I don't
where
know movies, but TV is like I don't know. It's just different for me. I don't know what it. I do not want.
That's where this insane brain just falls apart. I just know nothing.
It's like the sports brain, but TV brain, it's not.
It just can't.
Just
you're like, I'm not going there.
But it's not even that. It's like I actively am disinterested from watching movies and TV.
I get the movie thing. The movie thing is just like it's too long to ask me to sit down for 3 hours, and also I kind of the thing that I enjoy more about TV the thing I enjoy more about TV than movies is you kind of can get the full story, right?
Yeah.
It's like sometimes I feel like in the movie we're really trying to cram as much as possible, and I'm like, I would much rather get like a 5-part documentary series than like you giving me 2/3 of the story.
I agree with you too. It's why I like when I guess I still do like reading books, but it gives you 15, 20 hours worth of investment. But TV show, I just can't do it because then you got multiple seasons. And
you got to be particular, but it's like I have to get away from sports at one part of like I literally eat, breathe, sleep sports. So I have to tell myself, Kayla, you're going to pick out a TV show, this month or summer break, that you'll watch.
You force yourself.
You force yourself because it's usually summertime because that's the slower time.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm like, okay, my brain has to go in some sort of a different direction, or I'm just dreaming of like stats and everything in my head at night.
It's just a mess.
I guess music is kind of that for me.
That's true. Yeah, you are very on music, and so there's always something that ends up like kind of filling the gap, and so
or podcasts.
Podcasts for sure. Yeah. Those are tough too, because not tough, but like it's tough to consume other stuff because podcasts, especially sports ones, can go hour 15, hour 30.
For me too, specifically, where I'm spending 20 hours a week, basically. Well, really 25 hours a week
in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like living it.
It's hard to then go to podcasts, but it's
very.
Your habits kind of change a little bit. Plus, to your point, when you're standing on watch for 3 months at a time, you don't have time for anything.
No, you got to stay locked in. You definitely can't go into a movie theater. That's for sure. You got to have your phone ready to go. Kayla, what would you say is your best watch this year? Do you have anything
other than Kuminga watch?
You're putting me on the spot, and I'm going to be like, now I've got all these good. I'll get back to you.
I can throw you some. Severance. I watched for the first. I watched
didn't watch Severance. I heard it's really good.
Highly recommend Severance. I mentioned Sopranos. Like that's incredible. That is so good. I could watch that as many times as possible.
I know people really like The Pit.
The Pit?
Oh yeah,
no.
I've heard good stuff about that.
I have not heard about it.
It's on HBO. It's basically like a medical drama, basically.
Interesting. Okay.
It's very good, I hear.
Huh. Okay. I thought you were going to say Penguin. I know a lot of people love Penguin. Not that has anything to do with what you just said, but
no.
It's HBO as well, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I have not seen that one, but
people seem to like The White Lotus with Walton Goggins.
That was great. I
haven't watched the most
recent
season, but do love me some White Lotus.
Good. It's in Thailand.
Of course, yes. Got to have it. Some luxurious.
Very good.
I can imagine.
Schwarzenegger's son, I think, is
really?
Yeah, he's in it.
Okay. Is Jennifer Coolidge out of it now?
Yes, she is.
She had
If you are a
she
fan
was my
of her,
least favorite part of the show.
Well, then
I could
you're
not
good.
stand Jennifer Coolidge.
Well, good news for you.
Yeah.
Her comedic character's been replaced by Walton Goggins.
Yes. The Righteous Gemstones. Yes, love it. That was their final season.
Yes.
It is so extra, but I love
hilarious.
every minute of it.
Yeah, I have not seen enough episodes. I've seen probably like 4 or 5 of the first season. Righteous Gemstones, hilarious.
So funny.
One of those where I need to make time to watch more.
And it's the last season, so if you do it, you don't have to catch up anymore.
I also need more shows like that where there is some crazy stuff that happens in Righteous Gemstones, but yes, I need something that's like not so heavy, not so Ozarky, not so Breaking Bad or
it's
still
Game
a
of
Thrones
at its heart.
Right.
Yes, exactly. I need more of those because I've found that I like just get a tremendous amount of anxiety watching like even something like I watched You with my girlfriend. Even
it's
that
intense.
gives me so much anxiety.
That's the last season
this
of
guy,
that too.
Yeah, it was honestly, great
He's
show.
a great actor.
Would recommend Penn Badgley.
Penn Badgley. He's really good.
If you guys want anxiety, One Battle After Another comes out this weekend.
Unfamiliar.
It's a Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
I've heard this is really good.
Shot in Sacramento.
Yeah, and it's on IMAX, I believe.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be really cool to see. Okay.
Yeah.
Early returns 99% on Rotten
No
Tomatoes.
way.
I'm watching it. I heard it's really good, and the climate we're in, I heard it's really good.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you had me at shot at in Sacramento. I remember seeing pictures of Leo and Tiana Taylor, I want to say, were out in front of the courthouse, and they had explosions being set off in downtown, and had to set. You were probably near those, no? Or no?
I missed it, but
I remember it was after a Kings game or something like that. They had tons of streets blocked off.
That's cool, though.
I didn't know that was the title of that movie. I'm very, very intrigued to see that.
It's in terms of early returns, it's Sinners and this are the highest rated movies of the year.
That's another one I got to see. I still haven't found time to watch Sinners. I can't stand Michael B. Jordan.
Original Friday Night Lights. That's why I love him.
That's true. Very, very good in Friday Night Lights.
I guess
have
it wasn't
to give him
the
credit for that.
season,
Fruitvale Station, obviously, I have to give him credit for that too. But the Black Panther experience for me ruined Michael B. Jordan. It's just I get it, dude. You're acting. I understand. You don't have to really stress your lines like this. Y'all don't understand. It's for Wakanda.
You better be careful. Chris is critiquing you.
I get it.
Yeah.
Sinners is going to be an interesting experience for you then, because it's not really a spoil, but he plays two characters in the movie.
So he's acting in that movie.
Oh,
he's acting in that movie.
Two characters, and they're very often on the screen together.
A little Parent Trap situation is what I'm hearing.
Oh.
Well, not quite.
Wasn't familiar with your
Parent
name.
Trap Sinners.
It's one and the same. They use the same technology. Some say one is inspired by the other. I'll let you figure out which is which. We didn't get into the top 10 of the NBA top players according to ESPN.com. We'll do that, as well as let you know who is the player that I'm intrigued in the open market right now, hitting the Jazz, and for the Jazz. And of course, we have to give our positional breakdowns. We're going power forwards and centers today because the Kings, as we know, are only in the backcourt, not in the front court. So we get to that coming up next. Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Well, as we close the book on the 25 campaign, there certainly will be optimism for the A's going into the offseason, and largely because of the offensive core. Guys like Butler, Kurtz, Rookers, Soderstrom, Langoliers, and Wilson. Now they're going to need some additions going into next year, but the foundation is certainly in place.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge.
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
Mike Rowe here with another random fact. Those cracks on your walls aren't just cosmetic. They could mean your home is sinking. Whether it's drywall cracks, exterior cracks, or sticking doors or windows, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to stabilize your foundation.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy. In 2011, I founded Wesley Financial Group with one goal in mind: to help honest folks out of their timeshares permanently. Today, I run Wesley with my two sons, a real family business, treating every client and every employee like we'd want our own family treated. That philosophy has helped us grow into the largest, most trusted timeshare cancellation company in the United States. Fortune magazine even recognized us as one of the best places to work. Why? Because we genuinely care. In fact, some of our former clients were so moved by their experience working with us, they joined our team so they could help others to timeshare freedom. If you're stuck in a timeshare, give us a call. Let our family help your family.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit. 800-881-9898. 800-881-9898. 800-881-9898.
Now's the time. Don't miss the Drive into Fall event at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with 0% APR financing for 60 months on the Jeep Grand Cherokee 3-row. The biggest selection, the best prices, and unmatched customer service. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Financing and approved credit. Grand Cherokee $1,401 per $1,000 borrowed.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Your home for Kings Talk and so much more.
Live and local.
Allen Stiles on Sactown Sports.
Oh, yeah. Little JT to bring you into the lunchtime mood. It's a great album.
Really good
I don't
album.
know. Is this Justified? I don't know if this is on.
This is on the Snoop Dogg album, I believe, but it's
Really?
featuring Justin Timberlake.
Oh, I thought this was on his own.
Maybe it was, and I'm just not familiar, but it's a Snoop Dogg song featuring Justin Timberlake.
Got it. Can't go wrong with Snoop either.
Snoop is that guy.
All time.
He has figured out how to make a second career. Let me
He
tell
really
you.
has. And he doesn't look any different than he did 30 years ago.
I was just watching.
I'm like,
I was watching over the weekend. On Saturdays, I'll just throw on old music videos. It was the Drop It Like It's Hot music
Oh, heck
video.
yeah.
I swear he looks worse then than he
does
now. And he look. I mean, I don't know if I don't really know if I would say Snoop looks great or bad now.
Right,
but I
it's
was just
Snoop.
That is could
That's
not
how
have
you
said it
describe-
better. Could
Yeah.
not have said it better. He
Also
just
younger
is
than you
him.
think.
And like he.
How
is he?
how young?
What do you guys want to guess?
Are we doing birthdays? No,
Yeah,
just
why
joking.
not? It's not his birthday, but why
Right?
not? We might as well. Snoop is like 64.
I want to say 52.
Yeah, Kayla's on the right path, 53.
I
Look
would've
at you.
thought
I
older.
love it. You're like 64.
Snoop is like a grandpa. That fool
Yeah.
is.
He literally
he's been around
is.
for a long
I mean,
time.
he has been doing his thing, obviously, like
Yeah.
just.
I mean, he was
for the
around with Pac and
longest.
Biggie.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yes,
So-
absolutely. Yeah, he's been doing it for the longest. So, he's had enough time to have second and third careers, but this
Yeah.
one is incredible. I mean, like his Olympic coverage, like his.
It's great.
It's
This
just,
is like
it's
his
pretty
fifth
great.
career now.
It really is. I know. As I was trying to think of it, I'm like, he's even had just like different phases of his music career, obviously
Yeah.
being in the game for so
He's
long.
on The Voice
but
now, too, by the way.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do also think of that part of it of like, hey, imagine getting a time travel machine, going to 1993, and then telling anybody, hey, Snoop Dogg's going to be like hosting a show on NBC at 6:00. Like, no, yes, that Snoop Dogg
Like
is going to be-
universally
yeah.
beloved.
Yeah, and everybody loves
commercial
it. Yeah.
pitch man.
It's
Snoop
no
Dogg.
issue at all, and like everybody is like, as a matter of fact, it just makes sense that Snoop Dogg would do The Voice. So
He's a mentor. Hey.
it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, he's gonna pitch literally every product you can imagine.
And he's gonna teach people how to sing. No, The Voice. He's gonna be on the show called The Voice, where Snoop Dogg is going to teach people
So
how
to
to
sing.
sing. Yes, he's gonna be giving people notes.
So, but like who? What, I don't know what kind of show this is, but who else is on the show? Reba McEntire.
Reba McEntire.
Michael Bublé.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then somebody else.
I honestly
Someone
don't
from
know.
London or something.
But just
Probably
again,
Simon Cowell or something. I don't know.
comedic career arc. I
Somebody
don't know.
on
It keeps
MLB.
changing.
MLB on it at one point.
It used to be like the same Adam Levine and
Right.
Blake
Gwyneth
Shelton, and now
Paltrow.
it's just I don't
That's
even.
right.
Or
That's
not
where,
Gwyneth Paltrow, Gwen
I
Stefani.
almost called
What
her
am I
Gwen
thinking?
Stacy. Gwen Stefani.
Gwen
Yes, Gwen
Stefani.
Stefani. Yes, love Gwen Stefani too. We want to talk about different careers. Gwen Stefani
Right.
has had from No Doubt to like Gwen Stefani and
Apparently
and
now
Holla
it's one of the
Back
guys
Girl.
from One Direction.
There we
Oh,
go.
Okay, there you go.
Niall.
Not familiar.
I couldn't tell you. What is that?
Not
Harry
Harry
Styles?
Styles.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
And not the one.
Zane.
Yeah, not the one that passed away last year.
I know, R.I.P.
Yeah, I could have figured that one out.
I don't know which
this,
one
this
is
show
which.
has taken a turn for The worst.
Happy lunch, everybody. Welcome to noon on the Allen Stiles program. Got Kayla Anderson. It's her last day with us. Kyle Ledbetter, he's just going to be here. Doesn't matter who's sitting in these chairs. Kyle Ledbetter's going to be on the other side of the glass. Chris Watkins will be on watch. Yeah, he's the one who's going to stay on watch. He's got night duty. He just stays here all day and watches and waits for Jonathan Kuminga. Then he will light the beacon, and then we will light the beam, and that's how we will know that Jonathan Kuminga has officially become a Sacramento King. So we appreciate Kyle's service and all that he does here at the radio station, and yes, all that he does for the city of Sacramento. And speaking of the city of Sacramento, let's get into, as we have every single day at this time, getting into our Kings season preview. This time we're going to go into the front court as we don't have really enough forwards and centers to separate because, as we know, the Kings are absolutely loaded in the backcourt. Who needs front court players? And so, yeah, we can do it all in one sitting here as we will go over Keegan Murray, who we talked about a good bit actually yesterday when it comes to the small forward position. I believe, and actually I've heard from people who have been having conversations that it is being talked about whether or not Keegan Murray should be at the 3 within the walls of Golden One Center. It is being discussed if Keegan Murray's natural position should be the 3 and if things should be focused more towards getting him there. Nonetheless, we will speak about him at the 4 position as that seems to be what he's going to be playing at the start of the season. Of course, we got to get into Domantas Sabonis, the Kings center, and then we'll get into some of the backups and where we fall on where they might play, if they might play. Drew Eubanks, Dario Saric, Isaac Jones, and of course the rookie Maxime Reynaud as well. That is the list of Kings players that you can consider in the front court. If we want, we could have thrown Doug McDermott in here, I guess. We didn't talk about Doug McDermott. I often forget that Doug McDermott is back for another season. Thank you. Absolutely.
It's probably good then if you're thinking, if you haven't put him on there, it's probably like,
it kind of says all we need to say. Exactly.
I need to issue an apology to Doug McDermott because I've been updating this every day that we've been doing it. Just straight up forgot he was on the team.
It's not your fault. It's really not your fault.
But we broke the news on the air. We were so happy when he came back, and I straight up forgot he's on the team.
Why not? We'll give Doug his 2 minutes right now. Doug had such a weird season last year where he would come in and quite literally just not miss for 3 minutes in games that were already decided on either side of the fence. Either the Kings were already dominating, Doug would come in. If I'm not mistaken, I remember making a graphic last year, actually. Doug McDermott had an NBA record for most points in that short of amount of a stint. It was
the Jazz game.
I want to say it was 18 points in 4 minutes or something like that.
I think it was less than 6 minutes. He hit 6 threes against the Jazz, and it was like an NBA record for most points in the shortest amount of time. The other one that I will always remember was they were in Denver, and they were down 25. Yes. They pulled this. This was right after Jokic hit that baseball pass shot.
I do recall.
And they pulled the starters. Doug scored 12 points. The Nuggets had to re-put the starters back in the game.
Really?
Which led to Jokic putting up the best stat line in NBA history.
I do recall.
He put up 37 points, 22 rebounds, and 17 assists. And on record, we could not find a game where even Wilt Chamberlain had put up that stat line.
Just because they put him back, or they put
Yes, because Doug McDermott
hit
threes.
That's a story in itself.
Jokic then put up I think, arguably the best game in NBA history.
Wow.
So here we go. I have it right in front of me. December 8th, 2024, Doug McDermott, second player in NBA history to score 18-plus points in less than 9 minutes of action. Doug played 8 minutes. He scored 18 points. He was 6 of 7 from the field. All of those were from 3. So Doug McDermott came in and just absolutely set it on fire, and I'm pretty confident the Kings were in a situation where they were destroying the Jazz.
And if you're wondering why he doesn't play more if he can do that, is because he literally can't do anything else.
Yeah, that's really honestly the problem. I think they would like to play Doug McDermott a little bit more. Obviously, he provides size, which this team just doesn't have. He also definitely, to Kyle's point, he provides shooting, which this team at points desperately needs. but they cannot find minutes for him. And, it's not crazy or anything like that. It's not as if Allen should be having segments about, why is Doug McDermott not in the rotation? Like it is, if he were on any other team, he probably isn't sniffing time anyway.
If he were not
in a
hitting those
situation.
threes, he'd be out of the league at this
100%. And so, again, no disrespect to Doug McDermott. It's just the reality of the situation. I just don't think he's really a factor in terms of rotational minutes. He'll be somebody who Doug might throw out there, Doug Christie, that is, might throw out there, I don't know, once every other week, once a month maybe, just to kind of give a different look or to spark something. But realistically, we shouldn't be having Doug McDermott entering the rotation conversations. If we're at that point, then injuries have happened or things have just gone terribly, terribly wrong.
And those type of guys know their roles.
100%.
And like you said, if he didn't have that three, he wouldn't be in the league. He knows that,
100%.
right?
Yeah,
and
he knows
you've
that.
got to have those type of players too.
And he doesn't try to step outside of that either. Again, he was 6-7 in that ridiculous space. He's only taking threes when he's out there. And the defense knows what he's. And there's also a world where, if I'm not mistaken, Doug McDermott started a couple games or a game last year because Mike Brown was just absolutely insane with some of his decisions. We just don't want to start Malik Monk, and so in the name of not starting Malik Monk to keep him a 6-man, we're just going to start Doug McDermott.
Yeah, that was the time when Jay Crowder was also starting off. Came off the street and started a game.
One start. Played one game, Jay
Sounds
Crowder.
like you guys had some really fun stuff to talk about.
This was before the Mike Brown firing.
Before things went south.
That's what I'm saying.
This was before the chaos happened. Oh my God, Kayla, I can't.
Take me back. Can we go in back?
No,
we reverse?
no,
Can I reverse
never,
with
no.
you guys?
I don't want to.
We would need a 6-hour show to explain,
Okay.
an hour to explain all of the stages that happened last year. Because De'Aaron Fox scored 60 points in a game, and that was 8,000
What, he scored
100
points in 36 hours. Remember?
It was 24 hours.
It might have even been, it might have been a back-to-back, I want to say.
He scored 109 points on a back-to-back.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like this all happened last year. When you guys talk, it's like a 3-year timeline.
Oh, we haven't even.
It was a 3-month timeline.
All pushed into 1 year.
It was 5 years.
It was
in
insane.
One.
Insane.
And I know. I know.
We haven't even talked about the mascot yet. Jesus.
No. Yeah, they. It's crazy. They killed the mascot without even bringing him out.
They tried to unveil a new mascot. Everyone hated it, and they got rid of it.
Yeah. What a year. What a year it was. And there's
we can show you a picture, but just imagine the Syracuse Orange mascot. Imagine that, but if it had the Deadpool face disease.
What is it? Was it purple?
It was deflated.
It was like a basketball head,
Okay.
kind of a little
yeah,
bit.
that
it kind of looked a little bit like a cookie or like a moon.
It also
or
had a
something
Mr.
that.
Clean smile on it.
Okay.
It was not cute. It was not cute.
Didn't work.
And we remember Royale fondly.
Royale?
Royale. Yeah, Roy.
Okay.
Ow. Like royal.
This
they were really clever.
Again, this is just lost to history
It's
because
gone.
of how insane
Yeah,
this season
somewhere
is.
I'd like to say that somewhere in Golden One Center there is that mascot exists. They definitely it was going to get rolled out. They definitely had it created.
Did it leak?
Yes, they leaked it themselves. They announced it. They showed a picture. We might as well do the whole lore now. They showed the picture to De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox essentially was like, "What the F is that?"
Wow.
And that essentially snowballed to Royale never actually saw the floor.
Man.
And so I like to say that somewhere there, that mascot,
He's
knowing
there.
the business, there is an empty shell of that mascot somewhere in that
Halloween
building.
costume.
that
Halloween's coming up.
It's somebody's gonna. Oh man, at the King's Christmas party, somebody's gotta find that thing and wear it. But yeah, there you go. Thank you, Doug
Literally,
McDermott,
it
for
happened
spinning
in
us
November.
into a mess.
We joked people are gonna wear this for Halloween, but everyone just forgot about him.
Oh yeah, there he is. There's Roy. Good old Roy. Yeah, man, that thing is just as terrifying as I remember. His eyebrows and everything.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
This
that
is,
thing was not
interesting.
cute. So yes, there will be no Royale this season that the Kings need to worry about. Your kids can come to the game and not worry about being terrified and having nightmares for the next month. So yeah, we get into the Kings rotation here, the front court rotation, which, yes, we talked about Doug McDermott, who will probably not be a piece of the rotation. Again, maybe you see him sporadically. Keegan Murray is the one that will be getting the minutes. And maybe if Keegan goes down, that could maybe see where Doug McDermott could find some time. But Keegan is the guy that has to. Brendan Nunez, actually, who you just met. Brendan, by the way, Brendan, happy birthday again. Asked me the other day, is Keegan Murray the most important player on the Kings? And I thought about it for a minute, and I think the answer is definitely yes. And more specifically, because if Keegan Murray gets hurt, there is no other person that can do what he is asked to do. And at that point, also from a business standpoint, Keegan Murray's probably your biggest trade chip at this moment in time until he signs that rookie extension. As long as he's still on his rookie contract, you would think he's going to, and obviously that rookie extension is going to happen. So maybe his value is already a little lessened by that, or maybe it's just built in and teams kind of know it and his value isn't affected at all. But Keegan Murray, nonetheless, is the Kings' youngest, most appealing trade chip. And so I just think Keegan Murray, everything kind of should be flowing through him in terms of development, in terms of the direction that this team wants to go as currently constructed. To me, it's everything needs to be about Keegan Murray and getting, if it's not developing him into the most he can be, it's getting an answer on exactly what he is. And
can he take that step though? Like, is that in his personality? Is that it, like, to grab it, like and go with it?
It's a question that I ask all the time. Is Keegan Murray is a very shy, mellow, whatever word you want to use to describe Keegan Murray and his lax, calm demeanor. I think that there's points where I wonder on the floor, like, I need you to be aggressive. I need you to attack. I need you to look at the guy in front of you and say, why are they putting a rookie guard on me? Let me back this kid down and show him the Keegan Murray special, whatever. Like, I just need him to have a little ego to him.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll stop his off-season development because I think he is he's not lazy. Like, he's like he seems like a kid who gets it, understands, wants to be a pro, understands what it takes to be a pro. But there's just going to be that. I hate the alpha beta conversation, especially when it comes to sports, but like, can he have a little bit more of the alpha, of the personality of, this is mine, I'm entitled to a certain something, or I have something to show that you guys just aren't letting me show. Let me go out of my way to display it. Like, that's the part where for his development, I wonder if it would be stunted because of him. And I don't know if that's really even fair to him. It's not a conversation I can remember having about anybody else, which I don't know what to do about either. Like, I don't think about that of Domantas Sabonis, for example. I don't ever think, is he too nice of a guy that he's not going to throw elbows around in the paint? He does it all the time. But for Keegan Murray, for some reason, I do and I see it play out all the time, whether it even be something as simple as how he attacks the rim on a fast break, right?
And that's what I'm talking about, those little things.
Yes.
That you're trying to separate yourself from a front office, too, and a head coach that did not technically bring you here.
Yeah, 100%. Then that's a great point, too, is that Keegan Murray is not a Scott Perry guy. He was drafted by Monty McNair, and to the point of him being the biggest trade chip, like, we all think Keegan Murray's going to be here for the long term, but if this team is going to look different in even next year, in 2 years, you do have to, I think everybody's on the table. We've talked about Keon Ellis being on the table. He's maybe not a name that you would just traditionally think is a name, a younger player that would be on the trade block. But I do kind of think that the Kings have to be willing to accept any and all potential trade scenarios for this season. And it's a great point that Keegan Murray not being a Scott Perry guy, I think Doug has been around the organization throughout Keegan's career, so maybe Doug personally does, have some investment in Keegan Murray's development. But ultimately, like, Doug isn't the one making the decisions. Like, it is on the GM, and it's definitely just something that you need to keep in the back of your mind. That regardless of how Keegan looks in comparison to last year, if he isn't at wherever Scott Perry thinks he needs to be at, that's all that matters. The year-over-year development might not be as in focus for Scott Perry as just, who is he? Who is he today? Because I am building this team from today on, and I, again, just might need to have an answer as to who this guy is right here, right now, and then I can try and forecast what he could be in the future. Because here in Sacramento, you've heard all-star for Keegan. Like, some people think he can develop into an all-star. Some people think that, he is as good as he's going to be as he is right now. And some people think there still is a little bit something there left. Maybe he can be, I remember when he first came into the NBA, like Chris Middleton was a name that was thrown out there, which isn't a household name necessarily. He's an all-star, but he is still a second fiddle to Giannis Antetokounmpo at his time. So I don't know. I think ultimately this is just a really big season for Keegan Murray, and just figuring out, we talked about his consistency, his defense, and how that can affect his offense. I think the one thing I want to see from Keegan is just, what are you? And I hope that the Kings, the biggest part is the Kings have to allow him to answer that question. Right. They have to stop running him into the ground and saying, can you be our 1A defender while still being our 1A floor spacer shooter? I would love to see them try and put him in a position to succeed, even if it's just for a month or something. I want to get some better, more clear image of who Keegan Murray is and what he can be. So there we go. That's Keegan. Of course, we are all heavily invested in the Keegan Murray development. Let's get into Domantas Sabonis, who we can just touch on for a little, because Domantas Sabonis is the definition of consistency. Yeah. We know exactly what we're going to get from him. He's been incredibly healthy these past couple of years, which is, I guess, maybe something to keep on your radar, as it's just a lot of games in a row that he, not necessarily in a row, but just a lot of games that he has played. Granted, it hasn't been playoff games on top of that, so it's not as if he's played every single game possible here the past 3 years, but I'm talking a lot of he had 82 games, if I'm not mistaken, 2 seasons ago. Last year he played 70, so he still missed 12 games, but got over that 65 game mark that is for awards and things like that. Ever since he got to Sacramento, really, he has been incredibly healthy. And that's just the one thing that the Kings have been able to rely on.
Yeah,
and again, when we talk about Keegan Murray and his consistency, and how valuable him just staying healthy is, if Domantas Sabonis is not healthy, ladies and gentlemen, that could be a problem. We know Sabonis is one of the best, if not the best, rebounder in the entirety of the NBA. He's led the NBA in rebounding the past 3 seasons, peaking at 13.9 rebounds last season, just under 14.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
That's nuts. That is like Shaquille O'Neal numbers. And Domantas Sabonis is just the definition of maximizing your potential in all of the best ways. The guy's a hard worker.
The year before he had that double-double streak, that was like him and Moses Malone are the only ones in NBA.
Yeah, and that ended up being like 70 games or 65 straight games with a double-double, which is just insane. I mean, the dude is again just the model of consistency.
Wasn't he last year too, before Fox obviously got traded? When you had Fox and DeRozan out there, like, he wasn't getting double teamed. So this guy's 3-point shooting percentage was actually pretty nice. And obviously when Fox got traded, that went down.
Yeah.
But I found that interesting too. Like, this is obviously a guy, like you said, he's just been so good for the Kings.
No, yeah,
a reliable guy.
His 3-point shot was the thing that definitely took a leap last year.
Yeah.
He doubled his attempts per game from 1.1 to 2.2 and shot 41% on threes, which is absolutely, like, it wasn't even considered, like, a part of consideration for Domantas Sabonis' game. So the fact that he even got it there is incredible. You can be a hater if you want, or some would say a truther and say that a lot of those are wide open and he has all the time in the world. People are letting him shoot it, but nonetheless, you have to show proof of I can hit it before guys start to actually guard you. Wouldn't surprise me if next season, or this season, I should say, as again, we are only 2 weeks away from the Kings playing preseason basketball. It wouldn't surprise me if people actually start stepping out on him. We'll see where the percentage goes. But I think he's at least shown the ability to progress in that area of his game. Like, it's not a pariah. It's not something that you're going to wince every time he takes that shot. It's not as if he needs to take 2.2 a game for the rest of his career, but I think even just knowing he's got it in his
that's
locker,
what it is, right? Knowing, and I think Doug Christie even mentioned we want to be a little bit more of a three-point shooting team, and if you can have your center do that,
at it, yeah.
I mean, why not?
It's all math at the end of the day, right?
Yeah,
They're just trying to hit a certain amount of numbers. They want to hit a certain amount of threes, and if your center is giving you 1 a game even, that's one closer to your goal. And for a Kings team that is very offensively minded. Absolutely. If you can have all of your players be 3-point threats, which not all of them are, but the more 3-point threats you can have out there, the more spread out you can get the defense, the more options you have to run within the paint. And especially if you have, again, your center pulling out the other center, that is absolute gold if you're going against a Rudy Gobert, if you're going against the Nikola Jokic, someone who can really pack the paint. Sabonis' ability to hit the perimeter jumper could be really big for this team moving forward. Real quick, really quick, we're going to go through Drew Eubanks, Dario Saric. I really don't have much for these guys. I don't know how much they're going to play. It's going to be interesting. That's really fascinating, just where they're going to be in terms of backup center and backup forward. One of those two guys is going to play. I don't think both of them are going to play. I don't think either of them have much to offer. I think they're both going to be hustle, effort, toughness guys. Saric can stretch the floor in theory, but if you look at his numbers, they're really not as impressive as what you would think for a quote-unquote stretch player. I think if I had to give someone the nod, I would think Saric just because of the name value. Maybe that's not fair. Maybe that's pretty lazy by me. Eubanks is a really tough player. I could see Doug just liking his toughness, his tenacity. But I think the theoretical player that Saric can be, the stretching the floor with Sabonis or in counter to Sabonis, I think they're just going to fall in love with that idea.
We talked to people from Denver, Allen reached out to, and a couple people from the Bay who said he was completely unplayable.
Completely unplayable, yes, 100%.
Really?
Yeah, the
Yes,
Warriors
and
fans did not appreciate the Saric moment.
There is a chance he's not going to make it to opening night for the Kings.
There's a chance. I would say the problem is just the lack of depth makes me believe that they don't have any other option.
Like just straight up released.
Either that or a buyout.
Or a buyout.
Or a buyout?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are both. So he makes about $5 million. That would be
Sorry, go ahead.
He would not get another NBA job, so it would be weighed against what he could potentially make by going to Europe or
right, which could be a lot,
country.
honestly, because Dario Saric was very highly touted coming into the NBA, and it wouldn't surprise me if there is Barcelona, Real Madrid contracts waiting for him on the other side of the rainbow. So that's a very fair point, and I do remember again, the Kings traded Jonas Valanciunas, who was just a part of the ESPN Top 100 list, for Dario Saric. You would have to think, obviously, that's not a talent for talent thing. To, I guess, Kyle's point, like maybe the Kings this entire time have been thinking about Dario Saric, the contract, as opposed to Dario Saric, the player. And we saw that with Jaden McDaniels last year, right, Kyle? Where Jaden McDaniels was the trade chip from the Davion Mitchell, Sasha Vezenkov trade.
So Jalen is the one on the Timberwolves? I don't know. One of the McDaniels.
You're right. No, you're totally right. I didn't even consider that there's two of them, and I don't know which one.
Whichever one is
whichever one the Kings had
bad
that was
McDaniels.
Terrible. Yes, good Boozer, bad Boozer, good McDaniels, bad McDaniels. Kings had very bad, unplayable McDaniels.
Never made it to camp.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah.
Saric is basically just a contract right now.
Okay, perfect. So there we go. That's been established. Isaac Jones, is he a 4 or 5? Brendan talked with the Wazoo, former Wazoo Stanford coach as well.
Isaac.
Yes, so Isaac Jones, coach, I wish I could remember coach's name. I'm so sorry. Kyle Smith, thank you.
He's now with
he's
Stanford.
Yes.
Where he
coached Maxime Reynaud. So it was a nice little double dip interview for Brendan.
Circle there.
Right, it's wonderful. By the way, he had great things to say about both of those guys. I will tell you all that Coach Smith had to say about Isaac Jones and Maxime Reynaud. On the other side, as we wrap up the Kings front court players, we get into their two youngest front court members in Isaac Jones and Maxime Reynaud. Coming up next, Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. Thursday, we're looking at sun and clouds mixing in. Might be a sprinkle or a brief shower here and there early parts of the day, but as we get into the afternoon, we should be seeing some brighter skies and temperatures today close to normal, highs peaking in the upper 80s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
At Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. Whether you purchase a new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, Elk Grove Honda has the right Honda at the right price. in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard, or elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda. This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities, so do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer lets you easily compare direct rates from different insurance companies, so you can be confident you're getting the right one, even if it's not with Progressive. Way more confident than you were when you tried online gaming. Who knew 12-year-old boys could be so mean? And where did they learn to swear like that? 2 hours of losing to these underage trash talkers, and you're starting to question if maybe you really should stick to pickleball and other boomer stuff. So use Progressive's Auto Quote Explorer and be confident you're getting insurance that's right for you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
Our office computers were from like 2012.
What? They had computers then?
Yeah, I don't know much about new tech.
Apparently.
So I went to Staples and saved big on an AI-powered HP laptop and HP OfficeJet Pro printer, which also came with 3 months of free instant ink.
And we're back in this century. During Staples HP Tech Event, save up to 35% on HP printers and up to 40% on AI-powered HP PCs.
That was easy.
In-store, online, and on the app. Until 11/1, select models only.
The Sactown Sports 49ers report is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. Eddie Pinheiro hit a walk-off 35-yard field goal to lift the Niners to a thrilling 16-15 win over Arizona. Mac Jones made his second start for the injured Brock Purdy and led the team down the field in the final 2 minutes to set up that field goal. Ricky Pearsall had his best game as a Niner, catching 8 passes for 117 yards. Niners are back in action at home this Sunday versus Jacksonville. You can catch all the action beginning at noon right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Discover Terra Madre Americas, one of the world's most exciting food events, coming to Northern California for the first time this September 26th through 28th. Dig into good, clean, and fair food for all with chefs Alice Waters, Sean Sherman, and Jeremiah Tower. Hear music from The War on Drugs, Spoon, Big Head Todd and the Monsters, Jade Bird, and Passion Pit Solo Acoustic. Savor the journey of Terra Madre Americas, only in Sacramento. Details on TerraMadreUSA.com. Terra Madre Americas is supported by Sacramento International Airport and brought to you by Slow Food and Visit Sacramento.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
Welcome back into the Allen Stiles Show. Oh no, we only have an hour and a half left of the program.
Now we got to go off the rails.
You thought it was off the rails earlier.
Wait till the squirrels get here.
Wait till annoying Kayla gets to
until
another
that
level.
door gets knocked on. And I've got a surprise for you guys.
Are you real? You really do?
We'll see. I don't know.
Okay.
Wouldn't be a surprise.
Don't
if I
let us
told you.
down now.
Wouldn't be a surprise if I told you. We got some basketball news here. First off, celebrity birthdays. Jason Ross missed out on Cade Cunningham, 24th birthday for Cade.
Okay.
We got
so younger than literally everyone on the Kings except Maxime
except
Reynaud.
for Maxime Reynaud yet again, who Maxime just continues to bring down the Kings' age, thankfully, or else we would probably be having even crazier conversations. But yes, nonetheless, a little bit of Sacramento ties here is born in Sacramento, Jared McCain. I need to figure out exactly Jared McCain's Sacramento lore. I know he played high school basketball more so in Southern California. I believe at Centennial High School, which is like one of the bigger high schools in Southern California. But from Sacramento, he does claim and rep Sacramento, Jared McCain does. Had a really good rookie season, was the rookie of the month, the first month of the NBA season last year. He, unfortunately, as we're seeing on NBA TV, tore a UCL ligament in his right thumb, which they have not announced how long he will be out for. But you can definitely assume in his shooting hand, in his dribbling hand, in his dominant hand, right hand, Jared McCain tears his UCL ligament. And so, we were kind of talking during the break. Domantas Sabonis had played with a similar hand injury, like played with his entire left hand wrapped, or his right hand actually, his opposite non-dominant hand wrapped up. For a good portion of the season, we were kind of wondering if maybe Jared McCain would be able to fight through it. Kyle smartly points out that it being a ligament more so than I think Sabonis might have had like more of a bone fracture somewhere in his hand. And so a little bit different in terms of pain tolerance and pain management. Probably, I think it's pretty comfortable to say unlikely Jared McCain will play through that. Really unfortunate because he had a very shortened rookie season. I played 23 games. It felt like so much more than that. The impact, it's because he made immediate impact last year. But only 23 games for Jared McCain last year, and is going to start off injured for this season. So definitely don't like to hear that. Jared McCain, again, has some Sacramento ties there, does rep Sacramento, and so I think it's only fair that we treat him as one of our own. And if I do remember correctly, last season, I know Jalen Wells, who also went to Folsom High School, also a Wazoo, Wazoo
I love
guy.
Jalen, yeah. He's doing a great job
Everybody
down there
says
in Memphis.
he's like incredibly nice guy, has been all the way through his Folsom time and everything. Yes, very successful at Wazoo, doing great things with the Memphis Grizzlies.
Just unfortunately got injured,
Exactly.
And,
also got injured. I don't know what the status. I would imagine he's
think
doing
he's gonna
better.
be ready soon.
Yeah.
My update as of June, which was I saw him at the basketball court.
Oh, really? You did?
No
wrist, right? It was his wrist, or was it his hand?
It was his wrist.
Because he fell. I know he fell and kind of caught it.
Yeah.
No more cast, but had a wrist guard
Like a
as of June.
splint. Oh, okay. As of June. Okay. Well, that's definitely progress, and we obviously have a little bit of separation from there. Sounds good for Jalen Wells.
He couldn't play with us, but some of his friends were there. And coolest moment I had was I just picked up the ball and chucked it from 3/4 court and hit it, and they were all like, "Oh."
Oh my gosh!
Why did you shoot that? Was there?
It was just the game was over, so I just picked it up and chucked it.
You playing like regulation basketball? Like you got a buzzer and everything?
We're just playing pickup.
Did it count as a heave? With the new NBA rules?
Should have.
Should have.
Anyways, coolest basketball moment ever. I hit
that
up.
Absolutely
cool.
hitting a full court shot in front of an
you
NBA
guys
player. That's pretty peak.
You guys, can I add this note? Just not being from here.
Yeah.
You guys in Sacramento have so many athletes. You all don't get enough credit as a city for as many great, talented guys that you have in all different sports pro teams. Like, 100%. It is kind of crazy if you go down the list and you're like, oh, yeah, Sacramento. And when you're away from this place, you don't necessarily know that right away.
Yeah.
And then you do your research and you're like, oh, that guy's from Sacramento too. That gal's from Sacramento.
No, absolutely. It's only becoming more and more prevalent, like across all sports. Absolutely. I mean, we always like to joke here, like Aaron Judge is from Linden. Like,
You're right.
We're gonna claim him here in Sacramento. It's close enough for us. I mean, there's tons of talent in the NFL, especially. With how the preps have gone. Obviously, Folsom High playing a huge part of that, but like not even just Folsom. Like obviously, you have Cam Scadaboo absolutely killing it, and so. Baseball, like Dylan Carlson is from Elk Grove. Rowdy Tellez is from Elk Grove.
Logan Webb.
Of course, from Sacramento. Proudly reps
Mauricio
Sacramento.
Dubon on the Astros.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Former Giant?
Kyle.
Wow, and they just let him go by the wayside like that? I really did not know he's from Sacramento. Wow, that's incredible. So there's tons of Sacramento ties all around. And then, you have some legends like Dusty Baker, of course. He comes back and lives in Sacramento. He has a winery down here and everything. And that's the best part of Sacramento as well, is the people always come back as well. That's how you know that it's truly a great place to raise a family. I will always be Sacramento's biggest champion. So absolutely love that. And again, Jared McCain will be perceivably out to start the season, I would assume, with a UCL tear in his right thumb. The A's and Astros are getting the final game of their series underway right now. The A's have done a great job of keeping the Astros at bay. They are looking for a sweep here, which is incredibly impressive considering that this was a huge series for the Astros. They are fighting for their wild card lives right now. They sit a game outside of the wild card, and the A's are looking to really, really, really put a dent into their season with only 3 games left to go after this one. The A's strike out Jose Altuve to start out the game there, so that's a good start for the Athletics. As again, they first pitch was at, I believe, 12:30, so that one is just getting going.
I don't know if you saw this yesterday, but it was so funny. So they won 6-0 yesterday, and in the 7th inning they pulled Severino, who had
the GOAT.
No runs allowed in his final start of the season, we'll say, at Sutter Health Park,
the season, sure,
where he's had quite an adventure, falling off the mound, complaining about the conditions. And as he was walking off the mound, he tipped his hat to the crowd.
Really?
Class act.
Just excellent.
Just chef's kiss.
My favorite baseball player this year.
My favorite
Athletic,
for sure. Yeah, we at some point, if I host again sometime soon, we'll have to get a list of like the best Severino quotes from the year, because this man has done a generational press run in a I don't want to be here.
Someone's got to do it.
Kayla, you don't understand. When
he was the one,
when the Yankees came to town, he literally outlined his contract negotiations. He was like, the Mets gave me 2 years for 36, and I wanted to take it, but my agent said I had to take the 3 years 69 with the A's. It was amazing.
Yes, he has put on a masterclass in how to let everyone know that this is not your choice, and if you had quite literally any other option, you would have taken it. So,
including falling down on the mound on the first pitch of the game, then to proceed and pitch normally the rest of the game. It's been amazing.
Absolutely incredible. One of a kind, Luis Severino. Your efforts do not go unnoticed.
Highest paid player in A's
Athletics history. Absolutely. Highest paid player
that
in
is
Athletics
not the
history.
PR you want.
No, it's not. And hopefully the A's can have the same logic as there. Like, they need pitching. They desperately need starting pitching. It'd be nice if Severino could stay for another season, but I really don't see that in the cards for one Luis Severino. And it's been a fun time for Luis Severino. I want to talk real quick about the ESPN top 100 list, as they gave the top 10 names of they are predicting will be the top 10 players in the NBA after this season. We went through the list of the Sacramento Kings involved yesterday. DeMar DeRozan, I want to say, was 84. I want to say Zach LaVine was not much
72,
higher. 72 maybe? Sounds right. And Domantas Sabonis was 34 in front of De'Aaron Fox at 35. So that's where your Kings fall. No Keegan Murray, who at one point was in the 90s in that list. I want to say either last year or 2 years ago. Malik Monk not included in that list. I want to say Malik was included in that list as of last year. So very interesting stuff when it comes to ESPN's top 100. Their top 10, here we go. Number 10, Jalen Brunson of the New York Knicks. Number 9, Kevin Durant of the Houston Rockets. Number 8, LeBron James of the Lakers. Number 7, Steph Curry of the Warriors. Number 6, Anthony Edwards of the Timberwolves. Number 5, they pick a very, very big leap for a very, very big man, and Victor Wembanyama they think will be the 5th best player in the NBA after this season. Number 4, Giannis. Number 3, Luka. Number 2, SGA. And number 1, Nikola Jokic. So there you go. There you have it. That was voted on by ESPN scouts, analysts, and writers as well. The ESPN Top 100 list, always full of controversy. And I think someone was telling me yesterday, like, Christian Brown is like a top 55 player on that list. So again, that list is pretty much exclusively created to create controversy. So if you have a minute, go look at it and go get frustrated. Now we get into some football talk. Let's go. Which games are we most excited for this NFL Week 4 weekend? We get into it. Coming up next, Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate Pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended, balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99, and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with autopay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1/8/2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khdk.com.
When shopping for a new car, what do you want? A great selection? A low monthly payment? More for your trade? At Northern California's best Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, you get it all. Model year-end savings are going on now. Drive away in your favorite Honda. It's savings you just can't say no to. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study, recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention former and present inmates of women's prisons in California. If you are currently or were an inmate of Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla, also known as Chowchilla Women's Facility, Valley State Prison for Women in Chowchilla, Institute for Women in Chino, or Folsom Women's Facility in Represa, and were a victim of sexual abuse, now is the time to come forward, as you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. If you were an inmate at any of these prisons at any time and were subjected to sexual abuse from staff members, you may be entitled to substantial cash compensation. Call our California Women's Prison Helpline now at 800-408-1240. The deadline to file a claim may be close. Call now to get the justice, closure, and the financial settlement you deserve. Even if it was long ago, call our law firm's Women's Prison Sexual Abuse Helpline right now at 800-408-1240. 800-408-1240. 800-408-1240. 40.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game, offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now's the time. Don't miss the Drive in the Fall event at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with 0% financing for 72 months on the new 2025 Ram 1500. The biggest selection, the best prices, and unmatched customer service. Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Financing and approved credit. Ram 1389 for $10,000 borrow.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
No. Welcome back to the Allen Stiles Show. No Allen Stiles. He'll be back on Monday. Allen was just texting me, actually, as a matter of fact.
When's that taco eating contest?
That's a fantastic question. I can't believe
And
that's
now I'm
not
hungry.
something that I texted him.
Believe it's after the show.
It's after the show? Okay.
Where's it at?
Another great
Because
question.
it's like this whole media
It
thing.
is an undisclosed location.
Oh, so they're not saying. Okay.
They don't want people
I
to
gotcha.
show up to it.
Okay, what's like the meaning behind it?
It's
curious.
a fantastic. You're just
Sorry, I'm a
asking
journal.
all-
You
no,
know
you're
I am
asking
a journalist.
all of the right
at
questions.
heart.
I just have none
No
of these
idea.
answers.
Yeah,
These are like all
I'm nosy,
phenomenal
okay?
questions.
They've done it for years, and it just happened to be. I think Dave has done it before.
Got
Why
it?
have I not gotten the invite?
I don't know.
I know. I
but
think you'd be
what is
fantastic
happening?
at it.
But anyways, once Alan learned that this was a
Thank you
thing,
for
he
letting
was
me
like, "No, Dave, I have to do it. I have to do the Jim Boy's taco eating contest." Because I remember when we were first talking about this, he was worried like, "Oh no, it's going to be during the show," and then they gave the date, and I was like, "You're going to be on leave. You can do
Crazy.
whatever you
can
want."
do it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Well,
yeah.
he better perform. Is all I have to say.
And it's not like how much. It's not like the hot dog eating contest for like Nathan's Joey Chestnut.
Sure.
It is everyone gets 7, and whoever
eats
finished
the 7 the fastest.
Yes.
Okay.
It's probably the best way of doing it because you don't want to just.
You don't
make,
want
like,
Tamara
100
Berg just housing 15 tacos.
Yeah,
in 10
actually, do
minutes.
we know who are his rivals in this?
Dave read them off this morning.
Okay.
I knew a couple of them, but the one that stood out to me is KCRA meteorologist Tamara Berg. She's
Wow.
going to be
Yes.
going up against.
So she can put
Alan.
down some tacos.
I guess so. I also like don't know. I mean, Alan loves food. Alan loves Food Network. I
Oh,
don't know
okay.
if I would pick Alan as competitive eater.
No, he's a big foodie.
Yeah.
Sure.
But he's not like when the lunches happen at the
Uh-huh.
station, he's not like going back for 3 plates or anything
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
So this
I wouldn't either.
it's a little out of
2
character
at least.
for Alan, I think. But he's a big foodie. If you follow him on Instagram, a lot of food pictures.
He would love it if you followed him on Instagram. So yeah, go follow Alan on Instagram. Follow him on everything. And you should do a challenge of how long can you follow Alan on Twitter. That is a very, very many people I know have fell victim to that challenge. And let me tell you, it's definitely a challenge. So absolutely, Allen Stiles will be eating tacos very, very soon. I'm sure we will get some sort of report on how that goes. So very eagerly awaiting that. Alan, of course, will be back on Monday for Kings Media Day. We are all very, very excited for all of that and everything that'll have to entail. So much Sacramento Kings, maybe even too much Sacramento Kings content on that day, if that is even possible. Let's talk about some football, finally. We've been talking basketball for hours now. It's time to get into the weekend as we have football action tonight. Week 4 kicks off with the Seahawks and the Cardinals. We'll get into that game a little bit later. But let's start off with my guys, the Minnesota Vikings, who travel to Dublin, Ireland, to go play.
Fun.
Interestingly enough, Aaron Rodgers, you can't forget about that rivalry. Aaron Rodgers obviously spent too much time in Green Bay. Green Bay, obviously, Vikings rivals. These two very, very familiar with each other. Not like the Bears. I wouldn't say Aaron Rodgers owns the Vikings at all. I think that's been actually a fairly split rivalry between the two. I'm sure StatMuse could tell me exactly what it is, but I feel really good about the Vikings' chances in this one, not just because they blew the doors off of the Bengals last week, but I think that's part of it. Their defense is elite like that. And what do they always say? Defense travels. Who knows what is going to what these teams are going to look like with that long of a travel to Dublin. It should also be noted the Vikings, I believe, play in Germany next week as well. I know they play another international game. They play 2 international games in 10 days.
Wow.
So this will be the first of those 2. They hopefully can get comfortable. For my sake, they hopefully can get comfortable.
Yeah, and is Sam Darnold, can he keep it going? Because right now, according to PFF, and I know they're not like the end-all be-all, but he has the best passer grade, according to PFF right now, in the NFL. A lot of that has thanks to the offensive line, but will Darnold continue his kind of good start?
And the Saints being terrible.
Saints being terrible is also a very, very, very big part of it. We'll see. Yeah, and the Cardinals defense, we don't know how that's going to look again. Will Johnson will be out in that one, so we'll have to keep tabs on that one. Should be good. And then, of course, we have the biggest news of the week as Brian Daboll announced earlier this week that Jackson Dart will get the start, not just this week even, which is crazy. We were talking about it earlier. He first announced that it'll just be for this week, then comes back and says this is actually just a permanent change. Jackson Dart will be the Giants starting quarterback moving forward, leapfrogging Jameis Winston also, which I think is an interesting part of this.
He's still the third stringer, they said.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're great point. Yeah, they're going to have Russell Wilson still.
Yeah, they're about the same at this point.
Yeah, pretty much at this point.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson will still be their backup. That'll be a home game against the Chargers. Kyle talked about how earlier in the week he's not a believer in the 3-0 Chargers, more so in the 3-0 frame of it all.
I know where this is going.
You know where it's going. It's where it is.
There's only
the
3
playoffs.
There's only 3 types of Chargers seasons for 60 years. It is they are impossibly bad, they lose 9 one-score games, or they're good and lose in a way you've literally never seen before in the playoffs.
Yep, that's pretty much it. And that's why it's hard to believe in Justin Herbert, even though he's really good usually in the regular season.
He is setting it on fire right now. I want to say he's leading the NFL in passing yards right now, if I'm not mistaken. He is on fire. They've looked great. They have quality wins. They obviously beat the Chiefs in week 1 in Brazil. Are we giving the Giants any hope in this one? Jackson Dart, first start. Maybe it looks different.
I'm excited to watch him at least. I mean, I don't know if I have hope for them at this point, the Giants, but I am excited to see if Jackson Dart at least gives them a little bit of oomph. Because they need that.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, they need a little bit of oomph is the right way of putting it. We'll see if Cam Scatteraboo can be a part of that
that's
oomph.
Right.
He obviously brings a physical presence, but that offense has to be about getting Malik Neighbors the ball, right? And they just have to find a way to do it as much as possible. To be fair, Russ did it really well in week 2, wasn't able to do it well in week 1 and in week 3, hence him getting the number 2 role now in New Jersey. That should be an interesting one. That one is a 6.5 spread right now for the Chargers, so not a lot of people feeling the faith when it comes to Jackson Dart. I actually wonder if that number looked a little bit different, if it looked actually worse beforehand, or if it actually got better from the Giants' perspective. Coming up next, we'll get you ready. We have a matchup of 2 3-0 teams. That should be a good one, Eagles and Bucks. And then, of course, we got to get into the Micah revenge game on Sunday night. What could that look like as we get Kayla's thoughts on the Week 4 NFL slate? You're listening to the Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that, or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
To celebrate the official collection, the Oklahoma City Thunder NBA champions. Available now at NBA Store. A Fanatics experience.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity. Introducing the 5-year price guarantee. One internet price, 5 years guaranteed. Well, as we close the book on the 25 campaign, there certainly will be optimism for the A's going into the offseason, and largely because of the offensive core. Guys like Butler, Kurtz, Rooker, Soderstrom, Langoliers, and Wilson. Now they're going to need some additions going into next year, but the foundation is certainly in place.
Welcome to Dugout Radio, the undisputed home of Boomtown Baseball.
The Wi-Fi is booming with Xfinity, baby. Our next caller is
Stacy. How do you stay locked in on every pitch and play?
We stream it all live on Xfinity Internet with low lag, 99.99% network reliability, and speeds faster than a base runner beating the throw to home plate.
I stream on my TV, tablets, even my smart fridge.
Smart fridge?
With all those games, we gotta refuel.
Stream live baseball with Wi-Fi built for the biggest moments. Xfinity. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary, not guaranteed.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports, 1140.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
Hey.
That and bougie?
Come on.
Oh, this song was great in high school.
I was definitely working at the radio station when this song came out. Yeah, what, 2015? 15, yeah.
It's a decade old.
And that's what's wild.
Like 11-year NBA veteran D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my gosh. Wait, did
The
we have
exact
that
same.
conversation on air?
We did, yes.
We did, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
for some reason I even thought we had it off air because we probably gave too many details on our thoughts about
that's
D-Russ.
how you know we're flowing.
Yeah, we
you
are
know?
flowing.
Exactly.
We have been all week.
It's great. It's so good. This has been a very, very fun week of radio. It's been a very loose week of radio, which is the most important part. It's the summertime. It's still vacation time for the Kings for another week. So, we there's no reason to be pounding tables and screaming and debating left and right now. There'll be plenty of time for that. And we'll be long gone. So
you got
we'll
a
let
whole
those
King
guys
season for that.
Exactly.
Oh, we do.
went through enough of it last year.
You got a whole King season.
Once I'm released from the watch, all of a sudden it's basketball season.
Yeah, then you're on duty. Once you go from the watch, that's when your true service begins. And yes, that'll be King season. Of course, Media Day starts it all off. That's going to be on Monday. You can't get enough of the action right here on Sactown Sports 1140, where we will have wall-to-wall, quite literally wall-to-wall coverage. We will have one side of that practice facility covered, and Frankie Cardicelli, Brendan Nunez, and myself will have the other side of the facility covered. So we will quite literally be wall-to-wall coverage. And yes, Frankie will be bringing said boom. I have asked, and sources have confirmed that the boom will be brought on said day. I also should note that last Media Day, there was a lot of controversy stirred up by guess who? Carmichael Dave. That was Pizzagate, as we know it as, and maybe not as what the nation knows as Pizzagate.
That last year?
That was last year that we had an incident where a pizza was brought to our table because we are there. Again, we will be there from 10 a.m. all the way through Monday Night Football, and so we get hungry, we need lunch, and a pizza was brought. And by the time the on-air talent was done with their day, I believe there was one slice or no slice left, and it was deduced that perhaps it was Frankie Cardicelli that may have taken the last slice of pizza. Frankie claims that he was told that it was fair game and that it was open and it was free and it was for anyone who worked at the station, which he definitely does. But nonetheless,
Pizzagate. I got it.
Pizzagate started a year ago.
That feels like 3 years ago.
It really does.
That's because your season was 3 years last year, all in one.
Yeah, or 5 even, it felt like.
Literally, Stan Van Gundy was doing prep for one of the late season games, talking to Doug Christie, and he's like, you guys have been through 5 years in one this year.
I feel like everybody who you guys tell the story, if you followed the Kings, that's what you felt. Or obviously
every single
you lived
person.
the Kings.
I mean, it really was. I mean, it's just like so many different eras. Like, again, there was the De'Aaron Fox beginning of the season, this 100 points in 24 hours or whatever it was. Felt like the season was going a certain way. Then that falls apart. Then Mike Brown gets fired. And then there's a weird Doug Christie and De'Aaron Fox crossover. And then De'Aaron Fox gets traded. And then there's Zach LaVine era. And then there's like the end of the season, which was just a...
Yeah.
And there was a beam in there between at some point.
Every so often.
Every so often there was a beam.
Boy. It hits every time.
I can't wait.
It makes it all worth it, honestly. Every single time you see it.
As a reference point, Kayla, so after the season ended, I put together like a one shining moment video of the season, which again is for March Madness, where there's like 6,000 games.
Right.
And in this 2.5 minute video, there's stuff that hit the cutting room floor. Like I had to cut things because of how much chaos happened during this season.
Did that bring real tears to your guys' eyes?
The video took me
happiness because the season was over. I was so thrilled that we could actually be done with all the drama. I was like, yes,
yes. The video took me 5 hours to make, so yes, I was glad when it was done.
Absolutely insane.
Wow.
So hopefully, hopefully we aren't signing up for that again, though.
But maybe Dallas Cowboys fans will be crying.
They will be. I'll tell you what, Dakota Prescott will be crying come Sunday off of the injury. Well, it might not be injury, but it might just be being hurt that he will experience on Sunday night when one Micah Parsons meets him in the backfield, where it might just be a straight up party in the Cowboys backfield in Arlington, Texas. As we know, the Green Bay Packers, who nobody really likes them, will be going against the Dallas Cowboys, who, boy, oh boy, you want to talk about not being liked.
Yeah.
That should be at least an entertaining one for a little bit, depending on what it is that you're hoping to get out of that game. If you're looking for a good football game, you might want to look elsewhere, as, the Cowboys, especially defensively, have looked terrible. No CeeDee Lamb, which is going to just throw a fat wrinkle into the Cowboys offense, which already is going to be dealing with quite some struggle. Micah Parsons and I'm sure many others of his pass rushing friends are going to be very, very motivated to have a message for one Dallas Cowboy, Jerry Jones.
I mean, you would, right? You're going back. This guy said that he loved you, but yet he got rid of you because he didn't pay you. I would go in there puffing my chest so high, and I can bet, and we talked about this yesterday, there will be cheers for him on the field. I'm sure there'll be some boos as well, but they all know, Dallas fans know, it wasn't their or Micah's choice to leave.
Yep.
I mean, it's Jerry Jones who orchestrated this all. And you talked about their defense being stinky. Green Bay just lost to the Cleveland Browns, right? So they're going to be hungry. And Matt LaFleur is one of the more creative offensive minds. I think we're going to see a incredible comeback from the Packers this next week, this weekend, I should say. And they're going to tear that defense apart.
That's
a
really good call.
Shred it.
It's a really good call. I do have to give Matt LaFleur his credit. He is a very, very good offensive mind. Jordan Love looked great at points in this season as well. Again, like that Lions game, incredibly impressive. I mean, it's just they really, really, really. I hate to say it, but they looked really impressive after 2 weeks. Huge setback last week. I think you're right. They're going to come ready, and they are definitely coming to deliver a message to Jerry Jones. It should be incredibly entertaining to watch just everything that they have planned for that Sunday night. So look out, Cowboys fans, and you better also, if you're a Cowboy fan, be looking out for this NFC East game. Well, it features one NFC East opponent in the 3-0 Eagles going against the 3-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't think a lot of people would have picked this to be the game of the week. This one's going to be in Tampa. Baker Mayfield, no interceptions so far this season, 6 touchdowns for him. I like to say the Eagles aren't playing football. They're playing some other different kind of pseudo sport to football where, you just only need to get 9 yards and then you take 2 plays to get 1 yard. So, I think it's honestly going to be a more entertaining game than I think people are expecting because the Buccaneers offense is legitimate.
It is. They'll be without Mike Evans, who's obviously dealing with the injury. However, their star rookie, Emeka Egbuka out of Ohio State, has been spectacular for Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Bucs offense. So that will be interesting. But are they the real thing, guys? Like a +6 scoring differential. They haven't beat really great opponents by much the last 3 games. So I think this will really show, are they for real? And honestly, are the Eagles, can they continuously dominate these teams, or can they make this something with Baker at the quarterback spot?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how the Eagles end up playing this one. If it does become a little bit of a shootout, I do have to give the Eagles their credit. They definitely, played a lot more like a football team last week against the Rams when their backs were to the wall. They had to score points. They did score points. I have to give them their credit. It's just, they haven't done it willingly, it seems like. It doesn't feel like if the Eagles have their choice, they're not going to air it out. They really don't want to they really just want to churn clock. They want to run the ball. They want to dominate you at the line of scrimmage. And they should, because they are better at that than anybody else.
But they have those threats. They've got an A.J. Brown.
Right.
They've got really, they don't have to even use half their pieces, I feel like, because they're still kind of yelling for A.J. Brown to get more targets.
A.J. Brown's yelling to get more targets.
A.J. Brown's I got traded here.
How many more books is he going to have to read on the sideline?
Exactly.
Last week he finally got some.
He did. He finally got some. Yeah, he finally did. And, Devonta Smith as well. I always am a huge Dallas Goedert fan as well. Dallas Goedert's always, especially for a fantasy perspective, just as solid as you can get. And so, the Eagles, of course, are the favorites in that one. That's going to be in Tampa Bay. I would imagine this is going to be the game of the week for Fox. So you're probably going to get Tom Brady back calling a Bucs game. Should be mentioned as well, Tristan Wirfs, the Bucs tackle, is questionable, as well as Levante David as well as their other tackle, Charlie Heck. That's
they've
not
got some line
great
issues,
for them. Yeah, that's definitely not great for them, especially when the Eagles are able to put out the line that they have. Eagles on their side, Lane Johnson's questionable. Zach Braun is also questionable, as is Adoree Jackson. So that is probably going to be the game of the week.
I think Nolan Smith is out for them.
Is he really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that would be a big blow to their D tackle
also,
room.
it's a good week when this is a 10 a.m. game.
Is it really? Yeah, it is. It's a 10 a.m. game,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Because
It
you
is
know
a
what
really
we got
good-
at 125?
Let's see here. 125.
Here we go.
Ravens versus Chiefs.
Oh, yeah,
Lamar
baby.
versus Mahomes.
This is what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, primetime action here. It's not actually primetime, but this is the game that everybody is going to be talking about come Monday. Ravens at Chiefs. Are we leaning any direction? Both teams 1-2. One of these teams is going to be on the outside looking in, climbing.
I mean, technically, it's what, a short week for the Ravens.
Ravens, technically, yep.
But they, just in a way, I feel like they're like going to want to redeem themselves. And I do feel like they have the coach, they have the players, Lamar Jackson, to do that. But Kansas City is also like, we can't slip to 1-3 either.
Yeah.
And so I really do feel like it's a battle of who's going to go up and who's going to go down in terms of direction of the season. I really do feel like this is an important part of the season for both teams.
It really
and it's still
is.
early.
No, it's early in the season, but for the Ravens, we've seen them lose to the Bills and the Lions now. Do you want to add the Chiefs to that list? And what does that say, or what does that potentially set the tone for your season, that you lose to three teams that are probably some of the more elite in the NFL? Looking at the division matchups right now, kind of seems like to me, if I had to pick one, it would mean more for the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs
would mean more, yeah.
wouldn't want to fall to 1-3 with the Broncos potentially. I guess Broncos are 1-2, but with the Chargers being 3-0, that just feels like a bit of a tougher hill to climb, where the Ravens, if they fall to 1-3, you have the Browns in the division. There's not much hope for them. Steelers, who knows how they're going to end their season. They obviously...
Probably not well.
Well, we know Mike Tomlin, what he likes to do. He's going to be near 500. Which side of 500 he'll fall on. It's obviously typically been the winning side of it, but it's just not a sexy offense, and you really wouldn't expect the Steelers to win more than 9 or 10 games. So, and then the Bengals being the other team in that division. Obviously no Joe Burrow. Saying all of this, it feels like the Ravens could afford to lose this one. I would say more and be able to catch up. Obviously, doesn't mean anything for how the game is actually going to go. But if you want to do the who needs it more, who could potentially look at this and say, we really can't afford to lose this one, I'd say it's the Chiefs, who there's already questions of, is this the start of their downfall? And I think those questions are probably legitimate.
Right. I mean, the defense is what it is, right? Spags is doing an incredible job over there. I think that's been such a consistent part of this team in the last few years, where we have seen a little bit of decline in the offense. Not from Patrick Mahomes necessarily, but they've had some in and out offensive line issues at times, but really the wide receiver group, the targets that Patrick Mahomes hasn't had as much of. They are getting Rashee Rice back, though, it looks like. So that will be probably a good addition to have as Travis Kelce continues to kind of get slower. And I know if you are a Travis Kelce fan, that's great. He's awesome, but he is declining in terms of, I feel like, production for the whole season.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So that should be that should be an interesting one. And yes, the Travis Kelce and just the receiver point in general. I want to say, I know Juju has been. I want to say Juju Smith-Schuster has been their number one receiver. They desperately.
If you can't name it, that's telling you
It is Hollywood
something.
Brown. Hollywood
That's
Brown
wild.
has been their number one receiver.
It's been a different person every week, and it's so infuriating.
It's like by committee.
Last week it was Tyquan Thornton. I was like, where?
Oh, yeah, he came out of nowhere.
He's got the same amount of yards as Hollywood Brown does.
I also will promise you right now, as a Chiefs fan, is that the four receivers right now will not be the four receivers come playoff time. It's going to be Worthy, Rice, probably Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling, for some reason, is going to end up back there. They're just going to have to, for the fourth year in a row, reinvent the wide receiver room on the fly.
They do it, though. I mean, they find a way.
Yes. And, Rashee Rice, it does look like, will be returning. I think it's week 6. It is week 6 that he will be returning.
Oh, so he's back in the building.
He's back in the building, yes.
Yeah. I read that
believe
wrong.
he was able to start practicing. Yes, he's able to start practicing this week, get in the facility, get into shape. His first game will be, in week 7. He's suspended for the first 6 games. There are a handful of players that are off of the suspension list. I know specifically
God,
Jordan
there's so
Addison.
many that have been on that. It's
Jordan
hard to
Addison
keep up.
was suspended for 3 games. I believe the Niners just got a receiver back. DeMarcus Robinson, I want to say, was suspended for the first 3 games. He returned to practice. this week as well. So there is help along the way, but to Kyle's point, yeah, I don't think the main receiving core for the Chiefs is even playing for them right now. Xavier Worthy, I forgot he went down, what was that, in week 1? And so
it's like the second play of the damn season.
That's right, yes. And so they've been down bad. They've been down tremendous this entire season when it comes to receiver, and that's really been the talking point since they lost Tyreek Hill. It hasn't crippled them, but yet you just continue to see signs of they can't. Patrick Mahomes can only do so much. He cannot do this by himself. He cannot elevate a receiving core just on his own. He does need a little bit of help, and I think that's okay to say. Let's go to the I guess you can't call the Raiders local anymore, but two teams of local interest, I guess you can say. We'll start with the Raiders, who play the Bears. Don't really have a ton to say about this one. This one, I wouldn't expect it to be a pretty affair. Both of these two teams have looked fairly sloppy at different points to start the season. I will say the Bears have, I think, looked more impressive, especially offensively. Looks like they're starting to kind of get the Ben Johnson thing down. Caleb Williams looked really, really good last week as well. Maybe his best game as a pro so far. Raiders, as we know, are just a model of instability. It will be in Vegas. We've talked about Geno in the Dome, or at least Allen has talked about Geno in the Dome and how devastating that can be. Earlier in the week, we talked about Ashton Genty and his issues of just getting space, getting breathing room. 144 yards on the season for Ashton Genty so far. 145 yards after contact for Ashton Genty so far this season. You do the math on that one, make it make sense. So, I don't really have many thoughts as to who I give the edge to in this one. Vegas, for what it's worth, is favored by 1.5. I think the one thing I just want to see from the Vegas perspective is getting Ashton Genty free. Get him loose.
I don't know if that's a season fix. Like, I don't even know if this is something you could fix this season, because we had the discussion about it. This offensive line is cheeks, if not double cheeks, and it's because
I think they get the double.
I think they might get the double cheek.
They're double cheeked up for sure.
Right. I mean, they don't have the players, right? They don't know what they're really doing in terms of where they even want to position some of these guys. Is it a guard? Is he a center?
I saw some of that discourse yesterday for the first time. Yes, the Jackson Powers or whatever.
Right, Jackson Powers Johnson. Their second year player, but. It will be interesting how that one plays out. I give the Bears the edge. I think I'm not a Caleb Williams fan, but I do feel like he maybe keeps the momentum going. It does look like their offense is starting to click.
No, and their run game looks good too.
Yeah, the run game looks good.
DeAndre Swift, thank you. DeAndre Swift looked really good last week. Rome Odunze looks good last week. That's huge for them. They obviously don't have Keenan Allen anymore, and so they kind of had built that receiving core last year to be something to help Caleb. Really didn't look like it helped him much last year. It is really good sight for the Bears to see Rome Odunze getting more involved and looking really, really explosive for them. If they can get Caleb a comfortable target, who's the Loveland, right? They drafted the tight end
Colston
in the first round. I don't have the Bears numbers in front of me, but to my knowledge, they haven't really been able to get him going.
6 targets for 43 yards.
6 targets. So here we are talking even targets. That is not at all what you would expect from a top 10
they have Luther
or whatever,
Burden
top
too.
15 pick.
That's the other thing. They drafted Luther Burden out of Missouri, who is also in this. They're receiving, and they're just in terms of tight ends and receivers.
Luther Burden,
so many
6
weapons.
Targets.
Yeah,
well,
but he's got 100.
According to Peyton Manning.
That's right.
103 yards.
103 yards, which is doing the most with your targets.
And then
100%.
DJ Moore's there.
DJ Moore's there. He's somebody who. For DJ Moore's entire career, I've been waiting for DJ Moore to find some consistency.
Yeah.
Any fantasy owner will tell you DJ Moore is a absolute headache from a fantasy perspective. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see if they can get it going. We've talked about momentum earlier in today's show. The Bears definitely could get a sense of momentum if they can win this one. Start to feel like you're starting to understand Ben Johnson's offense a little bit more. And let's see, looking at it, they play the Raiders this week, the Bears do. And then the following week, they play the Commanders. From the Raiders side of things, again, the Raiders play the Bears this week, then play at the Colts the following week, then versus the Titans. So if you are looking for the Raiders to potentially have a window of opportunity, the Bears is a winnable game for the Raiders. At Colts, we'll see how realistic that is with how the Colts are playing. That probably would have been a game you'd say the Raiders would have felt good about, but where it stands now, absolutely not. And then the Titans, that has to be a game that the Raiders circle as a game we have to win. But as we talked about yesterday with Brian Callahan potentially being on the hot seat, that could be a game that the Titans have circled as a must-win for them.
And they traded away one of their starting corners yesterday.
Yeah, weird stuff going on
pick,
with the Titans. Very, very strange as they seem a little bit aimless this season. And again, a little bit like maybe they didn't know exactly how to plan for the quarterback situation that they are in, as that offensive line is in shambles. Now, talking about being in shambles, the Niners, we've talked about their injury report all week long. It's been the story, of course. Nick Bosa early in the week, surprisingly out for the season with tearing his ACL. That's, of course, going to be a massive blow to the Niners. It's going to be the thing that you have to look out for. How does the pass rush get to Trevor Lawrence? Because Trevor Lawrence, say what you will, but if any quarterback is comfortable in the pocket, they're going to have themselves a good day. You don't want Trevor Lawrence to get going. No. I know their offense hasn't looked great. The team hasn't really looked great. I guess you have to give Jacksonville's defense credit.
Their defense and their run-stopping game is actually somewhat legit. I'll give him credit for that.
I really don't give them enough credit for being a good defense because the offense is supposed to be the thing that we talk about with Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne, even drafted in the first round a couple of years ago as well. So.
And their new hot addition, the rookie that we debated about.
Oh, Travis Hunter, of course.
Travis Hunter.
Yes.
Like, what do we see out of Travis Hunter this week?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I can't believe I forgot about that storyline of it all. Will Travis Hunter be playing both sides of the ball again? It's been trending towards him playing more defense than offense these past couple weeks. Will that trend continue? And what will that look like against the 49ers? The 49ers don't have necessarily the best DB room. And then on the other side, we know the Niners receivers are incredibly injured. Juwan Jennings not at practice yesterday. I don't think we've gotten reports from today's practice how it's looking. Ricky Pearsall didn't practice yesterday with a knee injury as well. We learned today from John Lynch that Brandon Aiyuk is not even close to a return. And so how will the Niners receivers deal with a potential Travis Hunter? Or how will Travis Hunter, I guess, deal with the potential of Niners being down at receiver? That is definitely a really, really big storyline to watch, just a national storyline to watch in that Niner game.
And
but
we haven't even talked about the quarterback.
Exactly.
Like, we're assuming Brock Purdy is playing because that's what it's trending towards. But even if he gets hurt again, or then you got Mac Jones, who's beat up on the left side of his knee.
Yep.
And then you got Adrian Martinez, who took some reps this week. If you don't know his name, learn it, because he's the third stringer, and at some point maybe he's going to have to come in. I hope that does not happen for Niners fans, but I'm just telling you.
Yes, absolutely. It's incredible. Even just like look at the Niners depth chart.
Look at the depth chart.
All the red.
Big Q's and big O's.
Purdy, questionable. Mac Jones, questionable. Curtis Rourke, who is apparently listed third on the depth chart, out. Like, he's just not even an option.
That one, he got his lick in early because he was the Indiana quarterback last year and tore his ACL. So before he even got drafted.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's
so
right.
The Niners are just voluntarily throwing people on their injury report.
Yeah, they took him knowing he had a torn ACL.
Doesn't seem like a problem at all. Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, both questionable. Of course, Spencer Burford on IR. I mentioned Trent Williams didn't practice yesterday because of rest. Christian McCaffrey didn't practice yesterday because of rest. You have Connor Colby, questionable. Let's see here. You got Kalia Davis, questionable. You have Yuder Gross-Matos, who didn't practice yesterday. He's questionable. CJ West is questionable. Renardo Green is questionable. And Diamador Lenore is questionable, as well as my not blood family, Jordan Watkins, as well, is questionable for the Niners.
At what point does this, I'm sorry, Niners fans, like, this makes me, like, want to pull my hair out. And I know last year it was kind of the same thing, but, like, to start the year and you're 3 games in, and this is what we're reading on the depth chart.
How do you not feel like it's the season from? I mean, it's what I said yesterday or last year, is that it felt like last year was the season from hell, where everything that could go wrong does go wrong. It's tough to not feel that same way this year, right? I mean, when Brock Purdy is going out week 1, and then George Kittle. I didn't even mention Kittle on the list. Kittle as well, of course, on IR, out for the next 3 weeks, I think, or two at least. For George Kittle. And so, yeah, it's just an absolute mess of an injury list for the 49ers. And we'll see. I mean, we'll see if it affects them. They have done a great job of plowing through it, playing next man up mentality, all that stuff and more. But It's just really tough to imagine that they can continue to play that way. And Jacksonville does feel a little bit like a trap game where you would overlook it and say, realistically, we should win this. They didn't play well last week against the Houston Texans. It should be easy for us. And again, part of trap game is looking ahead. Niners do play at the Rams as well on October 2nd. I want to say that is
it's next Thursday.
Yeah, that is a short week as well. So
and that's a tough game, man. The Rams are churning, and
division
they
rival
even lost.
in LA as well.
Yeah.
There's real potential trap game here for the 49ers that I'm seeing, just because Thursday night in LA, you got to feel like this is a potential easier game for the Niners. Though when you're as banged up as they are, in a weird way, that could be a jolt to the system, right? To say we really can't afford to sit back and just rely on our talent. We actually do have to go out there and win this football game. So that is definitely a game that you should be tuned into. Niners versus Jags. That's going to be a 1:00 start for that one. So looking forward to a very exciting weekend of football. Coming up next, we're going to go into headlines and go over some of the biggest news that we haven't been able to get to yet. You're listening to the Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that, or they say, we can beat that price, and usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big guy at Folsom Lake Dodge.
The weather's getting colder, but the deals are just heating up.
And during the Drive Into Fall event at Folsom Lake Dodge, save over $6,500 net savings off MSRP on a new 2025 Jeep Wrangler 2-door Sport. That's over 17% off.
And I've got 5 at this hot deal.
At Folsom Lake Dodge.
In the Folsom Auto Mall and online at FolsomLakeDodge.com.
Wrangler includes $44.85 dealer discount plus $2,000 in national retail bonus cash. VIN SE 658348. See dealer for details. Expires 9/11/25.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sactown Sports.
Time is winding down. Half hour left in the program. Half hour left with Kayla Anderson this
Tearing
week.
up here, guys.
It's been a great week.
Has
Fantastic week. One of the most fun weeks, especially during a summer.
I know.
There's
And
like
it is
usually-
technically still
It's still
summer.
summer. Yeah, forget the rain. You know,
Yeah.
we still got to see here, give you a nice little weather update.
Yeah, please do.
88-degree high today.
Perfect.
Partly cloudy, as you saw this morning. Tomorrow, 93, sunny, no clouds.
Back up
Saturday, 88, sunny, no clouds. And then we start to get to the fall weather. Sunday's supposed to be 77. Monday, you got a 60% chance of rain at 74 degrees.
What's your falls like here? I've been here in the wintertime for Christmases. I've been here Thanksgiving.
Fall is a very short period of, like, in terms of weather-wise, it feels like. It's fairly nice. I mean, yeah,
That's
I feel
what
like
I've heard, fall's the
70,
best.
sporadic rain for sure. The downtown trees, that's really where
That's
like
where
you
it's
get
at,
the
huh?
peak Sacramento fall. It just looks
Okay.
beautiful when you go downtown.
Any place I
Midtown.
need to visit during the fall? Like it's a must-have. Like you got to go visit this part of town. Like you said the fall, the trees. You know, the
I mean,
wineries.
come Christmas time, Fab 40s and East Sac is always great. It's
Got
like
it.
mandatory for them to put up lights, and they're just the nicest houses in Sacramento.
Yeah.
So definitely always good to see that. There's always a couple quality pumpkin patches. Dave's Pumpkin Patch, I know we do tons of work with.
Sure.
That's in West Sac. That's always a good time. Not really, actually. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, there isn't really like any major fall. Gotta
Like
have
things you
it
gotta see.
events or anything like
You
that.
guys
Just-
had the country, concert here.
have the country
What?
concert, just general fall
Yeah.
festivals. I know you said you got some nieces and nephews down here.
Some
The school
nephews,
fall
yeah,
festivals,
yeah.
always a fun time. That's obviously not necessarily specific to Sacramento, but I would just head downtown and just look at the trees. They always used to call it
Look
the city
at
of
the trees.
trees.
Just go downtown and look at the trees. Just
It's
sit
great.
down and look
It's
at the
some real
trees.
California hippie stuff.
There we go.
There you go. There you have it. Wonderful to have Kayla Anderson in with us all week long. Kyle Ledbetter, of course, on the other side of the glass. I think I saw Whitey Gleason pop in. He's here. Hey, I see a hand waving. Whitey will be taking you all the way up to Thursday night football. Of course, Seahawks and Cardinals in that one. You can see the Cardinals' disgusting little speckle jerseys. We'll see. We'll see.
I want to see how they look.
Yeah,
we'll have to do the group text and what we
Yeah.
really think when we watch it tonight.
For sure,
You
yes,
promise? Okay.
definitely, yes. The communication will not stop for
Okay,
sure.
good,
Yeah,
good.
we'll send notes on the jerseys. Kyle has told us that allegedly they're excited about the red face mask. Maybe
Yeah.
that ties it all together a little bit. So, I'm not going to be anxious to watch the game, but I am anxious to watch the uniforms. As I call them uniforms. Call them what you want. Let's get into some headlines here as we have just a little bit of some housekeeping to do. Not much that we missed because it's been a very, very fun show today. We're getting to it all. Let's start off we'll go with the NBA because we already kind of touched on it a little bit. Jared McCain suffered a UCL tear in his right thumb. They are still trying to figure out what the next steps will be with him. Will it require surgery? Will he be able to play through the injury? I would guess he probably isn't able to play through the injury just because it is in his dominant hand. A little bit scary because, again, he wasn't able to play a lot of games last year. And for him to, start the season with an injury, I don't know.
How
It's
did
just
this
really
happen?
tough.
Like you wonder even how, because it's a weird injury,
It is, yeah.
and we were talking about like maybe he he like went to the floor to get a ball, like to scramble for a ball, because it's a pass, a hard pass. I don't feel like it would do that much damage, but that's a weird injury and one that would be, like you said, I don't think he's going to be able to play with it right away.
Yeah, it's probably one of those where, like you might even be able to do some things with it, but like when it hurts, it's just not manageable. And so, we'll see the actual update on it. You're right. Yeah, we were trying to figure out exactly the basketball type of situation where it could have happened. Obviously, with more of a ligament in your thumb, it would have had to have been pushed back you would think. And so maybe he fell, maybe it was just like a laser of a pass or something.
Who is throwing that pass? Can they go pitch for the A's?
Maybe,
come on.
For real, actually, Can we just get to the bottom of what happened there? So Jared McCain probably won't be starting the season on the floor, and all that can lead to as well. You don't want it to derail potentially his second season. What could be a very promising season, or it could be a very disappointing season like it was last year for the 76ers. And by the way, Kyle was right. Joel Embiid was not in that top 10.
Right.
And so I guess was just not included in that ESPN 100 list. So crazy, crazy times for the Philadelphia 76ers. In the other NBA news, do you have this, Kyle? Okay, we'll play the audio of Matt Ishbia, who, again, just needs to put his foot in his mouth and keep it there, dude. Like, come on. This is what he had to say about why the team decided, the team that is the Phoenix Suns, decided to move on from one Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant's a great player. There's no one that can ever question that. Just wasn't a fit for what we're doing going forward. Obviously, he's had an amazing career, but he's not a fit for what we're going to do going forward, and we got great players back. Like Dylan Brooks, tough-minded, winning type guy. We love that. That's what we have to build out here. Because Jalen Green, 23-year-old upside, leading scorer and played all 82 games last year. We love Jalen Green. But then we got the 10th pick and Kaman Malawash. We're excited. And with the other picks, we end up getting Rasheer Fleming, Kobe Bryant. We got 5 players, and we love what we've got for it. So we're looking forward, not looking back. Obviously, it didn't work with Kevin. We wish him the best. But for us, going forward, we love the guys we got. We love what we're building. And it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight, but we feel great about what we've got here in Phoenix going forward.
Kyle, I really appreciate that you respect this show and you doubled the speed of Matt Ishbia. You really didn't need to play him on 2x speed. That was really not necessary.
That's
it was tough
him.
to listen to.
That was normal.
Dude, take a deep breath.
Breathe.
It's okay. My heart has now picked up. Like, I've been drinking 3 energy drinks, and that is insanity.
Yeah, that guy needs if there is a chill pill that exists, homeboy needs to take a chill pill.
So which do we think is faster? Is it Matt Ishbia talking about Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant's a great player. There's no...
Or Allen on the yerb?
So Carmichael Day with a little bit of breaking news if you just now joined the show.
Come on, it is very, very similar.
They're neck and neck right there.
Very auctioneer-esque.
Carmichael Day with a little bit of breaking news if you just now joined the show.
That is how I was telling Kayla the other day.
That's
That is how I
exciting.
feel closing every segment.
Yeah, but
exactly.
at least he was doing breaking news.
Matt Ishbia, just whatever you need to say, NBA Today is going to give you
the time,
the length, however long of time you need.
Right.
They will do it. You are an NBA owner that is going on their broadcast. They will give you as much time as you will give them.
He also totally called Kobe Bryant.
100% called Kobe Bryant. So there's Matt Ishbia. Thankfully not the Kings owner. I guess there's not many that you could 100% say thank you for not being our owner, but Matt Ishbia, definitely one where I would not want to have him running the show for you. Little bit of MLB news real quick. Aaron Judge ties an MLB record, hitting 50 home runs for the 4th time, matching Babe Ruth, Mark McGwire, and Sammy Sosa. Absolutely massive accomplishment. Jason Ross, Frankie Cardicelli still screaming. You can hear him. This one's for Kayla. Her Mariners yesterday. What a game. Like, that is an all-time Seattle day, is it not? To clinch the division. First time in 24 years that the Mariners have won the AL West. Yeah. And then the Cal Raleigh day of him. Come
homers.
On. How did that feel? I mean, I don't know if you know people who were there.
It does not. I mean, Seattle sports, it's gone through its ups and downs. Mariners have gone through their downs more than ups. And so having a season like this and just momentum and really a player like him, like a catcher doing this, it's really cool to see Seattle, like the sports town, just blowing up right now. Because it is a great sports town, but it's gone through its droughts, obviously. But this has been great to see for baseball specifically. Electric last night. I was having the time of my life. I wish I could have been there.
It looked, I'm sure you were having the time of your life by yourself. It seemed like everybody who was watching that game was on 10. I mean, we can maybe get it for the next segment, but the Cal Raleigh 60th homer, put that thing in the Hall of Fame. Like, cool. Just that moment of the entire crowd chanting MVP, MVP. Yeah. They're up like 8. Well, like, the game is already signed, sealed, delivered. The division is signed, sealed, delivered.
Yeah, exactly.
For him to get that moment, that is an all-time moment, and especially, for Seattle sports specifically, that's got to be up there with some of the best that you can ever have in terms of a fan experience. Cal Raleigh, 4th American League player to ever hit 60 home runs in a season, and there's still a couple days left, so we'll keep track of that one. Coming up next, we get into my favorite story of the week, a little bit of squirrel action. We've been teasing it all day long. And, of course, Mr. Kevin Michael Whitey Gleason joins us for a little bit of crosstalk. And, you just never know what you're going to get with that. So don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything
If you're not looking for a brand new car, at Elk Grove Honda, we've acquired some of the best pre-owned cars we can find. We've kept only the best of our trades, and our buyer has found some of the finest pre-owned Hondas available in Northern California. You can see for yourself at elkgrovehonda.com. Whether you purchase a brand new Honda or a like-new pre-owned Honda, your car buying experience will be the same. We have the right Honda at the right price. You'll find us in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 and Elk Grove Boulevard.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Hey, I'm Allen Stiles. Injured at work? Call downtown. DTLA Law Group, California's leading injury law firm. With over 40 lawyers throughout California, they have won over $500 million in settlements. DTLA Law Group will get you compensation for your work injury. You don't pay unless they win. That's right. You pay zero up front. Call downtown. Text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Visit them at calldowntown.com. Text charges may apply.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters.
Attention former and present inmates of women's prisons in California. If you are currently or were an inmate of Central California Women's Facility in Chowchilla, also known as Chowchilla Women's Facility, Valley State Prison for Women in Chowchilla, Institute for Women in Chino, or Folsom Women's Facility in Represa, and were a victim of sexual abuse, now is the time to come forward, as you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. If you were an inmate at any of these prisons at any time and were subjected to sexual abuse from staff members, you may be entitled to substantial cash compensation. Call our California Women's Prison Helpline now at 800-408-1240. The deadline to file a claim may be close. Call now to get the justice, closure, and the financial settlement you deserve. Even if it was long ago, call our law firm's Women's Prison Sexual Abuse Helpline right now at 800-408-1240. 800-408-1240. 800-408-1240.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what's happening for Chrysler's Drive into Fall sales event?
Just like falling leaves, prices are falling at Hoblet. Right now, you can save up to $14,000 off MSRP on new Ram 1500 crew cabs. That's $14,000 off Motor Trend's 2025 Truck of the Year. Plus, with nearly 500 Rams available, whatever truck you need, Hoblet has it.
Well, that's got to be some of the best savings of the year on Rams, but what if I'm looking for something different.
You need to check out the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter with nearly 200 vehicles available and 55 under $20,000.
Experience the Hoblet difference. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
14,000 total net savings on select new Ram 1500 Bighorns after 8162 factory rebates and 5838 dealer discount. Rebates include 5816, get 10% below MSRP, 2000 SFS bonus cash, must finance with Stellantis, 500 on the job upfit, must show eligible upfit. 3 this net savings, sample VIN 772979. See dealer for details.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
Sad times. Final segment of the program. Final segment.
Yeah.
With one Kayla Anderson, who's been fantastic.
Oh,
stop
thanks,
it.
Mike.
Stop
Thank
it.
you.
Yes, I'm going to give Kayla
Thank you,
Appreciate
Kayla.
it.
on that.
Thank you, Chris Watkins.
Yeah, it's
Filling
been
in.
fun.
Answering the call.
That's right.
Appreciate it.
That's
Yeah.
right. When the bat
The
signal
show
goes
must
up.
go on.
That's right. That is the one thing that we do know is the
A
show
Luis Severino tip
must
of the
go
cap
on.
to you.
Exactly.
There
Exactly.
we go.
Exactly.
There we go. Am I falling off the mound?
It was much more of a calling it a fall is generous. It was
a flop.
It was a flop. It was a flop.
The first mound flop I've ever seen.
Twice, and he did it
Yeah.
twice. He had
For those who missed
presence
it,
of mind
yeah.
to do it twice, which is absolutely incredible. Luis Severino, we tip our cap back to you. So yes, that was the end of one Luis Severino season, potentially his athletics career. Potentially
He pitched well, though.
He did. He pitched great.
Yeah.
6 1/3? Was it? Did he finish the 6th?
No, it was 6 1/3. He got a curtain call. They pulled him out of the game, and he got a curtain call.
Wow, lovely. So yeah,
Truly the perfect ending to what has been, I think, my favorite athletic of all time.
it's been
I
pretty
love that.
incredible. It's been pretty incredible. It's been a great run for Luis Severino.
See, I have a different reaction, Kyle, and I appreciate, respect what you're saying. But to me, it's like, don't say how much you want to be here and take the money and then complain about it.
Oh,
No, that's what we respect most about
That's
it.
what he
actually,
loves
is
to
that
drama
it's-
on it.
it's
I was
pretty-
like, really? You like that?
I respect it because of the team he's doing it
Yes.
for, right? Like being
Yeah.
around the A's a lot this year, one of the things I've noticed, and it's not their fault, but so many people have had to pretend like this is normal.
Right.
Like it's business as usual and we're just living our life.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that Severino, who is speaking for a lot of the guys in the clubhouse, Severino is the one who has been adamant about how bad this experience
But
has
he
been.
didn't say that when he was being introduced and he just
Right.
signed the contract.
He really hadn't
Great.
talked to any.
I was in the clubhouse and
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a
But I
big
hear ya.
about face for sure. Yeah, because when he first came, he was definitely a big part of the pitching and the well, no pun intended there. He was part of the big pitch of hey, come out, this is gonna be great, this is
Sure.
gonna be legitimate, all of this. Hey, Luis Severino, we're paying him real money, the most money anyone has ever been paid as an athletic. Like, we are taking this seriously. And then almost immediately he's like, yeah, this is not a serious
This stinks.
operation at all. And so it's been an interesting season, of course, but it is winding down to an end. The A's play the Royals this weekend to wrap up their season. Shouldn't be much going on there. They are currently down 6-0 to the Houston Astros,
Top of the
who are
fourth.
doing their get back right now.
They've done a number on the Stros so far this year, though.
They have, and they've done a great job
I
of
like
holding
Houston.
them off
I'm sure
here.
you don't like Houston.
I dislike Houston.
Yes.
What has been your
Greatly.
favorite part to end this baseball season so far, Whitey? Has there
Yeah.
been anything that's surprised you? Anything that's
Just all
just
the
been
home runs. I
a
know you
better
guys
joy?
talked about all the home run numbers.
Yeah.
Cal Raleigh and Aaron Judge. I love the end of the season because the baseball season is so long.
Yes.
And I know if you're not really a baseball fan, you're like,
Yeah.
thank goodness football's here. And I understand that. But to me, as things wind down and you get ready for the postseason, it's also like the end of summer. It's just a
Yeah.
real special time of year to me.
It is. I wanted to say something about that too, because October is special, right? I got to cover one World Series between Cleveland when they were the Indians, obviously, and the Cubs, and that was
Pretty good
seriously
one.
the most incredible thing I've ever covered in my career. Being able to cover a World Series, like there's just something about those October nights, and just the feeling of being in the postseason. That's just incredible.
Everything ratchets up.
It really does.
Players say that in the postseason, a walk is a rally.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because everything is just so much more intense.
Yeah, no, everything matters more. And I mean, yeah, even from a self-proclaimed baseball casual, like you can't, like there's just nothing like the intensity of playoff baseball. And the all day just thinking about first pitch and everything, especially when it's your team, you're like, can we just get to first pitch so that all the anxiety, all the nerves, everything plays out? And I mean, it's a beautiful game. It's incredibly dramatic come October time. And I mean, there's some really, really good baseball being played now, and should be interesting to see. Do you have a favorite? I mean, I know you're obviously a Padres guy, but if you had to put your bias aside, do you have anybody that you're feeling is just has that
the
feeling?
Phillies just, I don't know, every time I've seen them this year doing the show and the Phillies are on, it's like every time I look, Schwarber hits another home run.
I
It seems
know.
like, so they're really scary to me. I think they have some issues with pitching. They got a few injuries here. Milwaukee's playing great, but if I had to right now pick somebody and I couldn't pick, well, I don't know if I'd pick the Padres anyway. In my heart, I would.
Yeah.
But the Phillies are scary.
Yeah. They're in it. They're just in it every year.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. They're one of those.
No, I
teams.
mean, I take the Mariners. Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. That was
that's
the
what
right.
we-
I
that's what we
set
wanted
you
to
up
do.
there. I
Blew
threw you
it.
the lob, Whitey, and you couldn't mash it down. But no, the Mariners will
They got
be
momentum,
definitely.
that's for sure.
Exactly.
Is Wu okay? I know he pulled something.
I think you'll be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a little woozy right now.
I think.
Can you boo yourself, please? Yeah, thank you. That was terrible. That was terrible, Kyle.
It's okay.
Be better. Be better for us tomorrow, Kyle. So there you go. Lots of good baseball stuff going on now.
And it's the convergence almost here because football's already
That's
here.
right. Football's here.
Basketball's just about to start.
Right around the corner. I can't believe next Wednesday will be, not next Wednesday. The following Wednesday will be the Kings' first preseason game. Jason Ross told me that, and my head is still spinning from it. I cannot believe that we are truly that close to the start of the NBA season. Whitey, obviously, Jonathan Kuminga talks have been going on all summer long. Sam Amick drops a story yesterday about how, really the biggest news is that the talks have since been reignited, I guess you could say, in the past week. Nothing really specific, even in the article itself. Sam says not much momentum to that report, but just that the conversations, again, have happened. Do you feel any better about this thing, at least coming to a conclusion? Forget what that actual conclusion is. Do you feel like they are at least getting closer to finding out, especially come Monday, media day, like what exactly it's at least going to look like?
They're a little closer, but they're still, pardon me, far apart. It does seem like to some degree the Warriors blinked because they had said no more. We're not talking to anybody about a sign and trade. So even if the Kings called them, if they're engaging on some level, I think the Warriors are realizing, okay, he's serious about signing the QO. We may have to do something about that. I don't know what happens, but it does seem to me like the Warriors, and they also have offered him, continue to offer him.
That's what I was going to say.
More
it
money.
Feels like they're blinking quite a bit here, especially more so recently than they. To their credit, they did put up a very proud front at one point. They were very. It did seem like they were going to stick to what they were saying and be very rigid in these negotiations. But to your point, it is starting to feel like they just want to be done with this situation. We talked about how earlier Jonathan Kuminga didn't attend
the pizza party, the
players only meeting that they're having in San Diego.
That'd be very exciting if the Kings somehow got him. That would be really exciting. I don't know if it'd be smart basketball-wise, but it'd be so exciting.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting.
And all your hard work of Kuminga Watch would not go to waste.
Exactly. All Kyle's knowledge that he has of Jonathan Kuminga can actually be put to use.
One of my wife's favorite players. So.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Oh, well, there you go. That's got to mean something.
Okay, then you got to bring it.
Exactly.
Come on,
Kings, you got to do your part.
I'm working on
Come
it.
on,
Yep,
absolutely. So that's what you're going to get from 2 o'clock all the way leading up until Thursday Night Football is Whitey Gleason trying to convince the entirety of Northern California. Can we just get this over with and bring Jonathan Kuminga? We'll call it home. To Sacramento.
Yes.
Kayla Anderson, thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure, guys.
It's been
Thanks
so
for having
fun.
me.
She's been incredible. I cannot say enough. Yes, of course, Kyle Ledbetter, other side of the glass as well. Kyle will be here tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'll be here tomorrow. We'll all figure it all
wait and
out
see.
at 10 o'clock. Whitey Gleason, though, we know he's coming up next.
Me and
with
Jay.
the Tribe guys, him and Jay Johnson. They got you all the way to Thursday Night Football. You've been listening to the Allen Stiles Show. My name is Chris Watkins. Thank you.
Don't forget my podcast.
Gotta go.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he